honorable
little.
death.
It's like, what the fuck? And
They
then every now and then,
actually
yeah,
let
it's
the
like
bearded
one to
dragon
have like
run around
a
on the
scratch on
table
their lip
when
or
they're,
something.
Like,
It's
playing
like
magic and stuff.
really random. It's
And
like
D&D,
what?
so she will try to eat the
Why is there
dice.
super senior fight club now?
D20, she will
You
try
guys never
to, but they're
you
too big
rough
for her.
house.
Because why not
But
do
she's
it
still
now?
kind of small.
No time
but
like the.
it's so funny because she's
Because I'm worried that the
excited.
15-year-old's gonna kill the
Yeah.
almost 19-year-old.
Not only that, I think she's like
'Cause she's
really
got some
hungry
weight
at
on her
that
and
time, too,
claws.
Still, so it was.
But at the same
We have a
time,
leopard gecko.
the one without claws messed up the other one. Because yeah, like she had a
I had
gash on her. It's like,
iguanas at one point in my life when I was
what are you two doing?
And we didn't
You guys
have
are
the room,
old. You're supposed to just
unfortunately,
chill
keep 'em,
and
so we had to
maybe break stuff, not each
We had
other.
to keep on prodding the crickets.
How do you
move,
think they
'cause
break stuff in the first
She had
place?
no clue where they were otherwise.
Because yeah, I just remember it's like, beep, beep, beep. It was like,
Only
oh, it's
reacts
like
to
blood. And I
movement.
go in the living room. There's a cat's like, it is blood. Why are you bleeding?
Why isn't there blood?
I've literally seen their
And it's just like the
dragon
little
try to get a
stylish.
cricket
It's like,
and then hit the.
I'm not
Yeah.
mad at you
They're
because
not
but you know
graceful hunters.
No, but you're old.
We
as
are powerful
But
gladiators.
through persistence,
Yeah.
they will get
can't.
it
And
eventually.
they're literally like the fun, the oh god. So you guys are gonna give me a
like
freaking heart attack. That's what's
geckos
gonna
eating
happen.
so much sand
we got
in
it.
attempts to get
You got
crickets.
it?
Yay! We got it. Hello.
45 minutes later.
We have sound?
Welcome back, stream.
Hey, look. So
Hey, we're gonna start.
are
we good?
We have to
I think
restart.
we fixed. I think we solved.
All right,
All right.
everybody
Quick
reintroduce.
introductions. Ellie, go first. Quick.
Why?
Weren't you ready?
Go
Start.
first.
Aren't you ready?
Oh my god, okay.
That took so much
Dragonlance,
work.
Shadow of the Dragon Queen, episode 6. Finger guns. Stole it.
I know.
I'm
Beef.
Lauren. I play Ellie Wigway Wacket, Forest Gnome, Monk, Badger Martha. Go.
Rage
Hey,
Queen.
I'm Ben. I'm playing Kogan Usan, a dwarf paladin and a herald of Ryrix.
Also our babysitter.
I keep these people from murdering
dang it.
random
I was gonna say
civilians.
it. You stole
The
my
sense
line.
of reason.
I'm supposed to be the vengeful one.
Yeah.
And you're not.
I have
I'm Crystal. I play.
That's how it makes you
Dragon
vengeful.
Whisper.
Ah, that's your silence. Oh my god, it's your villain
And Jet
backstory.
Spell's just over talking me. Go ahead, Jet.
Hi, I'm Jet, your lunar sorcerer,
so
also
excited by that idea.
videographer.
It's like, oh my
Can
God.
create movies.
I just got really excited about his villain
Also have a
origin
paying
story.
job.
Yeah, I make money
Go.
because I sold my soul to the government.
Resources.
Hi, I'm Jesse.
Calm
Playing
down,
Jezebel
Ginger.
Rockette. You're awkward, doesn't really give a fuck, cocky druid. Hey, finger guns, go.
Hello, I'm Evan. I'm playing Blanche. The,
Our other babysitter.
Yeah, maybe. We'll
I
see.
don't know.
Maybe. We'll
Shady
see.
babysitter.
She is your grizzled old sailor minotaur, ready to see what
have a
comes
scar.
next and try and keep the town safe.
And Mark.
Oh, Mark the
And
DM. We had so many audio problems and we got them solved finally.
40. Oh, see, literally almost an hour later.
It would have been so much easier if I wouldn't have botched it in the beginning, but here we are.
Done fucked up.
You done goofed.
Well, we solved it now.
All right, time for a recap.
Let's do okay. Somebody less erratic than James is recapping. We don't have time
All right,
for James
we
recap.
brought the villagers to the west shore of Kalaman.
We don't have James. Time for James' antics.
Ellie Wackett here had a little
Nothing happened
altercation.
until we got to
Oh, come
Kalaman.
on. We
But,
could have just left that out.
Our group went into the city, all the way up to the castle. We met with the council that governs it, only to find out that our
and Dumber.
worst friend, Lord Bacchus, and
Friend
his
in
child,
quotation marks.
had just started meeting with the council, despite them leaving almost a day ahead of us. And they were trying to set themselves up as the mind behind the saving of the town. They're requesting that Kelman ride out to the defense of Vogler, despite Vogler already being burned to the ground.
I was thinking we should have let them keep thinking they were the mind behind saving it and just told them, guess what, you failed.
So
I mean, kind of did.
we talked with the council.
Like, boom.
With the fact that there was a bunch of refugees on the shore, I don't think it was too much to convince them that, hey, this lord has no clue what he's talking about, and you should listen to us. And so we negotiated with them so that they would provide aid to the refugees, and we would have to work for them to help bring to heel, or I guess find information about this new threat that was rising. And then we kind of
What
went
is
around
that new
town.
threat?
to Kisses.
And we made a movie.
He
Spearfingers.
showed off
Me and Ellie
a
made
documentary
a
of
movie.
what happens to this town.
I will put you in my credits.
Co-director.
Some of us went to a bar, some of us visited family, and that brings us
And
to now.
also made another sidetrack too.
Gaffer.
Best
But
boy.
I,
Oh, yeah, you
I
had
was the only one
separate
that actually
sessions.
ended up going. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Ellie didn't go. Yeah.
What?
You weren't part of the special session.
What?
Remember when I left his house and I said I had to go to this place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Porn.
I had my side mission
Porn.
Right.
that I already did.
Right.
Would
mark,
you
so-
stop saying that out loud?
Well, he's side mission, like it's not sketchy.
This
I'm
coming
not.
from the person who took someone to a bar just to sell information while they were
No,
drunk.
that
was
was
me.
Blanche.
There's Blanche. Blanche did that
I know, I was pointing at.
one. But it wasn't
Okay,
But
I
it
coming
wasn't
from him.
coming from
'cause
me.
you
Yeah,
were
it
talking
wasn't coming
to
from
Jessica.
Blanche. All right.
L for love.
Jet's not here at the moment.
So yes,
L for
Press
love.
winded up
five.
the end of the day. I don't know if we got tonight where we
Did
do
we?
a long rest.
Did we?
You didn't have us mark a long rest.
Did we talk about Ellie hitting a kid?
No.
She
no,
told
we
us to
didn't.
gloss over that bit.
Nothing
okay.
happened.
She knocked him unconscious.
Absolutely
He was an
nothing.
orphan.
Absolutely.
And now
A
we're
war
gonna go
orphan,
right
in
back
fact.
to it.
Absolutely nothing happened.
He was being a dick.
I had so
Borderline,
many hands to
borderline,
prevent
yes.
a death.
So this is what happened.
We're good.
She was trying to
They can watch
stop a kid.
watch the last episode. You'll get it all in its gory details.
And read the
And you
chat.
can hold it
because
over her
here's
head
chat
for the rest of
live,
the
but
the rest of the
It's
session.
fine.
The kid was still being
Fortunately,
a
it was
dick.
not that gory.
It wasn't gory. It was just.
Kid was still.
It
being
was
a
just hard to watch.
Okay.
He had it coming.
So I'm sorry. Did we get to the end of the night, or are we starting in the next day?
I believe the where we left off was you guys helped the villagers get relocated, and then you went to do whatever it is that you wanted to do for the remainder of the day. There were a few people that did things. We did not reach it. I don't think we reached a conclusion on where people were going to be staying. Oh, we met Kogan's mom.
Yep. Kogan's
Meatloaf.
mom.
Definitely got
It
it
was
going
very good
on.
meatloaf.
I didn't personally meet
Very
her,
good-
but
very good
Kogan's mom
meatloaf.
sounds cool.
Kogan.
What did
I
you
went
say
to
about
her.
my mother?
She is now
Good
Jeff's
God,
adopted
I said
mom.
that
That's what it's
out
going to be now.
So
Yeah, Jasper,
Yeah.
my adopted dad, and Kogan's mom, my adopted.
So I think
Hey,
really
you
just
almost
the
have a
question
family.
is: are we
Oh.
staying
Not
with?
I
siblings.
have
Stu-
you an adopted.
Are we
sibling, too.
staying with the villagers?
That's
Are we
nice.
staying with family, friends, inns, castle? What are we? What is our? I mean, you guys can decide where you want to stay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm drunk. Thanks, Blanche.
Oh,
You were staying with your family.
Depending
Yeah,
on
just-
Were
You know.
we invite? Because you said you wanted like alone time last time. So did you invite us to come back to stay with your family, or are you just kind of been like, hey, go away?
if it's fine with them, I'm sure it would be.
depending on how far we can stagger, we'll stay at the castle or with the villagers,
Right.
probably.
Probably.
Castle's also an option for
Yeah.
him and I. So assuming that we
So I
have.
suppose it's up to you. Do you come back to?
Well, I was
Okay,
asking if there was an invitation or not. So
Yes. Oh,
We got a little something, something.
solved. Maybe. Hopefully.
There you go.
Emergency
I'm sorry,
dessert.
I didn't think you wanted
Choco
that.
tip.
I thought it was close enough to his beard so it would blend in, but it wasn't.
But then you had to point it out.
But then you're just stare.
Okay. where, did people decide where they're staying?
Yes, the invitation is out.
okay, I'll go back
Standard.
to his house
Okay.
because it's probably closer because you were doing your own
Yeah,
thing.
I would have
Okay.
gone to the cat. I would have gone to the barracks or whatever.
Castle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else?
He and
Yeah.
Blanche are probably at the castle.
Castle, castle.
I have
Granny
no
Rockette.
idea. Yeah, I'm with Granny.
Huh?
I'm with Granny out by the walls before I meet everybody. So,
She's staying with the villagers.
So you're staying with the villagers?
because everybody kind of took off, it's like, okay, well, how's Grandma?
So wait a minute. So are we? Am I understanding that there is now no plan to meet anywhere?
I thought it was in the barracks in the
We're
morning.
meeting
Yeah.
in the
Yeah, we're
castle.
meeting
in
at
the
the
morning.
castle.
Castle
Okay.
in the morning.
So I'm
We were just
there ahead
staying
of
at
time.
other places for the night.
Okay.
I think
Because
that's
everybody's
what it
kind of like,
was.
Well,
please.
I think what I will do for the sake of time is
Time warp?
whenever everyone decides to stay in the castle, if there is such a day, then I will at that time describe your lodgings. But for now, we'll just skip to the morning. And what is our plan for the morning? You're meeting at the castle.
Meeting at the castle.
Okay.
Second floor at the office of the marshal.
Yeah,
I
the
believe it
marshal.
was.
I couldn't think of the
Okay.
person's name.
One of our new favorite people.
Yep. Because she told off Lord Baxter.
He's a little more of a straight shooter.
You sound like that was me. I'm sorry. That was me with the deep
Little
voice.
excited about that, buddy.
Okay.
Gotcha. Man crush. Got it.
So yeah, when you guys go to the castle,
Sure,
you,
dude.
you guys
Ventry.
kind of run into Darrett.
So for you as a man having a crush.
Sorry, I shouldn't say you run into him. He's already
Not so
at the
much
castle.
on them. But I want to say man crush. 'Cause it sounds
And you know, any guard that you talk to will be able to get you to Marshal Vendry's office on the second floor. When you get there, she's got an aide that has you wait just for a few moments.
I'm casting prestidigitation on you because you smell of alcohol. It's bad. I'm like, oh my.
You don't drink much, do you?
And then after a
You're
few
gonna put
moments,
a flower in your pocket. It's like Grandma says this helps.
after a few moments,
Offer one to
they
Blair.
escort you
Though I don't
inside.
think you need it.
Marshal Vendry's office is spare. It holds little more than a desk heaped with documents, shelves filled with rolled scrolls, and a board on which is pinned a map of the surrounding province of Nightland. Vendry stands as you enter. Thank you for coming. I won't mince words. We're in the dark regarding the dangers I fear are fast approaching our gates. And your role will be to change that. But first, you must have questions.
When do we start getting paid? What kind of resources are we getting exactly?
We already know
Dear
that.
Jet.
Well, those of you who took the oath are getting paid 5 gold pieces,
5 steel.
5 steel pieces per week. And you can get them from the clerk.
Okay.
And you can get them today from the clerk. So, what was your other question?
What exact resources are we allowed to be able to use?
What
or
resources
are
do you
available
require?
to us? Like, well, I'm guessing
Mounts.
since mounts for
Sure.
one. If there's any information about the locations of which we have to go to and all that stuff.
Well,
That
when
would
I
be
have
nice as
orders
well.
for you, I'll give them to you. And I'll give you the resources you need that I have available.
That works for me.
What other questions do you have?
Well,
Do we have access to a library around here? Like,
I mean, the
governmental and
castle
library?
doesn't. Yeah, let's see here. See if the castle has it.
Why are you looking like that?
So the castle does have a small library on the first floor. I mean, so you would certainly have access to that. As for the town, I mean, or the city, I mean, there's certainly another library in the city. It's not a grand library. That the Great Library is in Palanthus.
can we make use of, I don't know if you have a blacksmith for your,
Oh, sure.
Soldering,
I mean,
if we
we have smiths that help with.
I could even purchase if it need be, but I would like to get something a little bit better protecting than this chainmail.
What do you need?
If you have plate.
Sure. Go talk to our armorer.
All right.
What else? What other questions do you have?
What's our first mission?
That was gonna be like the very last question.
You're just ready to get to work,
I'm
aren't
done beating around the bush.
Got all the information he needs.
Well, I understand that you want to get to work, and I appreciate the enthusiasm. I'm currently working on the details of your first mission.
Okay.
So I think with where we're at right now with it, I have a feeling that it'll be tomorrow morning. I'll be able to give you the details you need to go. So, I mean, you're going to have plenty of time if you wish to have it. So if you want to familiarize yourself with the castle, with anything in town, you're more than welcome to do that in the meantime.
What floor did you say that library was on?
First. Any other questions you have for me now? Very well. And she kind of gestures for you to the door, and assuming you all walk out, then there's a guard there, and they'll escort you to the different locations in the castle so that you can be familiarized with each of them. So this floor, the second floor, this is the military command, and it's got the officer lodgings. This is where the leadership of the military is. If you go up to the third floor, this is where all of the castle guards are lodged. Most of the soldiers live in the city or in like the castle's ancillary structures. It's not big enough to hold their whole military force. But the ones that are responsible for the castle are lodged there. And then the fourth floor and the towers. So a lot of the castle is vacant and in disrepair, including a lot of the fourth floor and the towers. But you guys have been assigned lodgings on the fourth floor. And in the space that you have is an unused ballroom. And we'll talk about that in a minute. The first floor, the city council and the governor, they meet and hold events on the first floor. It has various government offices, the small library, and the armory are there. There is a basement. It's used for storage. It also has sealed doors to the castle's ruined dungeons. When you get to your lodgings, the unused ballroom, this room was once a small ballroom, a row of pillars sculpted with knotwork and images of knights supports a vaulted ceiling. Light shines into the room through tall windows facing the mountains to the south. One corner of the hall holds a collection of plain cots and empty chests, and nearby stands a large wooden table. So you guys each, there's a cot and a chest for all 6 of you. That's set up there. There's 3 small private rooms that connect to this hall, and you can use those if you feel like you want to. Another thing that you notice is there's a lot of stonework and statues. Anybody want to give me a religion check?
Yeah, I'll do that. I am a
The most
paladin.
religious person here.
What'd you say?
I got a 17.
I got 12.
So you both will recognize that there's a bunch of these statues that are depicting the warrior god Kiri Jolith. This is the patron of the Solamnic Knights of the Sword. So, I mean, if you guys take a little while to kind of get, yourself settled into these lodgings, just for whenever you're going to use them. Derek comes in. Oh, hello, everyone. Good to see you again.
Derek.
Looks like you're all well.
Good to see you.
Yes. Well, I just had a little while ago, I had a chance to meet with the marshal, and that went well. So I'm going to be training a new unit of Kalaman soldiers. She thought pretty well of my training, so thank you, Becklin.
There you go. Good on
I
you.
wonder if the marshal knew Lady Becklin.
So he also tells you that he has been assigned to work with you. He's not your commander, but it's more like a go-between between you guys and the marshal, if need be. So he'll probably bring you her orders and things like that. But he also, I mean, is happy to put in good words for you guys and those kinds of things. He's gonna live on the 3rd floor. So, and he just reiterates several times, like, anything I can do for you guys. I mean, I owe you a lot. So,
Don't die.
Oh, he likes
so
Our merry band of misfits.
where would you like to go from here? You can do as much or as little as you want for the rest of this day.
I definitely would like to hit up that library. You probably want to hit up that armory to see if they have a set for you.
Yeah, and what it would cost me.
Nothing.
Nothing. All right. Yeah, definitely hit up.
I mean, the armor, if you go there, the armor that they have is all, like, it's got the insignias of the Kalaman
Yeah,
military and guard. So,
fair enough.
or not the insignia, but, like, the symbols and the color scheme and all that. Like, it's set up
Before
like
we
that.
leave the room, though, how clean is the room? Like, it's good. It's just been done and all that stuff. I'm guessing.
I mean,
He's a clean
it's been they
He's
cleared
a little
the
OCD.
space and put the cots and the chests there for you.
Okay.
They didn't, like, go through it with a steam cleaner.
No.
Precipitation,
What's the steam
precipitation,
cleaner?
precipitation, precipitation.
Oh, your
Clean-
obsessiveness is
No.
showing. Oh,
I want us to
dear.
have a clean start.
Ha.
That's
ha,
why Jasper says
ha.
you're a little titched.
He
He still loves
All right.
you.
Just,
Well,
Open up my book, start making notes.
thank you for cleaning up the place. I think I'll take a look at the armor and see what can be done there.
I'm going to head to the library.
Okay.
probably
Anyone
gonna
else?
sew on the kingfisher emblem that we won from the fishing, and then somehow pin the other one on, like my armor.
Okay.
Mostly the kingfisher one, I'm gonna sew on. That's like
It's a nice thought.
permanent.
Okay. Anyone else have goals?
I didn't
I
participate.
should-
That was me.
I know that was you. That's why I was like, I'm sorry.
Somebody's
Somebody's
going to the
laughing.
library. I'll probably
You're right
follow,
back.
but-
So you're gonna go to which library? You're gonna go to the one in the castle?
Yeah, that's the one I
Sure.
want to go.
Go
Because
to
that
the
was
one
the
in
one that said that might have better resources into it.
No, this is a small one in the castle.
The bigger one would be in town.
There's
I know,
a
there's
bigger one in
the
town. I mean, it's not a huge one.
No, I know
not
it's
the
not a
base
huge one. It ain't the one that I've been to.
The Great Library in Palanthas is huge.
But I mean, I would like to see what they have inside the castle library, see what books they have and all that.
Okay.
If any kind of good information could be pursued out of it right now.
Dragon Queen, Takesis,
Yeah.
lizard people.
Sure. Okay.
Pretty much check the history of the place, like how far back they have books recording history. Like
You're going to which?
the one
Library.
inside the castle.
All right, and you're looking for what specifically?
Specifically, I'm going to try to find the earliest records of this town.
Of this town?
Of this town and the surrounding areas. Like the earliest.
Like censuses or like.
Like pretty much stuff that was happening around that time, like big
Chronicles,
events.
earliest
yeah,
chronicles
exactly.
of the history of the town.
Like of
In the year of
hundreds
King
and hundreds of years
Saul.
ago. I'm hoping to get to.
The great plague of dragon-looking things.
All right. How much time do you want to spend doing this?
If you legit just spend most of his day here, that's where he's gonna be.
Okay. So you're willing to spend 8 hours here? Okay.
You won't even know it's that long.
All of a sudden we'll be like, oh, it's dark outside. What's going on?
Do we have
I
a
think I
plan
might
to-
be hungry.
What about you?
I would be looking for anything, like I said, to do with.
Lizards?
I guess I said the
Sorry.
Dragon Queen or Takesis, but more specifically, why did the gods leave in the first place to help us give any clues as to why they may be coming back now? Because clearly they're coming back. So, why did the gods leave? Or
Okay.
more specifically, why did Takesis leave?
Okay.
If it was
And you're willing to spend how much time looking?
probably not 8 hours. Probably
Well,
more like 4.
I'd probably like to ask the group, if we're all splitting up, when would we like to reconvene as a group? We can
You
reconvene
better
here
let me
for
know
lunch,
before I start diving into
or
books.
do we
Yeah.
come back here for dinner and let people have their room of the
That's
town?
Well,
Okay.
it's not going to take you that long to get armor. I mean, it's
I
going
know,
to
but
take you
there
like
might
an
be some
hour.
other things I do along
If
the way.
anyone has any like the kingfisher emblems, if they want that sewn on somewhere, let me know. I can sew
I
it
didn't
on
even
for
get to
you guys.
participate.
Well, yeah. Just saying.
I'll probably see
I
if
mostly took notes.
the armor can
That
like
was
punch a hole in it,
weird.
and then I can add it to my
There you
necklace
go,
with
yeah.
the symbol.
There you go. If anyone got one of the emblems, that is.
Because Jezebel's probably just going to follow Kogan to the armor. It's like, ooh, I've never seen one in the castle.
Well, I would probably
Like,
follow
books
him
there.
too. Honestly,
Granny's
after I-
got those.
All
Not
of
the
that.
cleanest place, but a lot of
So,
interesting
I
things
just want to
being
see if
done
the
there.
So
plate
what-
armor
so-
really fits a dwarf.
do you have a goal at the armor, or is just to go along?
To go along and then possibly see if we can probably get something better than just my leathers. At the
Okay.
same time, like, I'm not enlisted, so I probably have to spend money. Same time, like,
No, you don't have to spend money. You're with an enlisted.
thing is, hoping to
Or
something,
'cause
so I'm not as squishy.
This is part of the resources we're getting to do.
Discounts.
What type of armor is it that you want?
I have a list of armor here.
I mean,
I forgot what
anything that's
druids are.
basic,
Here, you can just.
they have.
Would the
As
a
armory
druid,
also
what
have
can't-
weapons, or is
what
it
Yep.
just
can
like
you
a-
use? Because you're a druid.
I mean,
Yeah.
so
So you can't use
Kogan
anything with
knows
metal.
that there
Yeah.
that there
Well,
are
I was
these
just gonna see
two
if there's, like,
cousins that
studded.
have
I-
these
See if there's
smiths
metal,
in
that'd be
town
metal.
that
Studs of
have
metal
better,
would be in the
different
leather, so I think-
stuff.
So I
But
probably actually can't.
the armory
Hide
in the
armor.
castle has
Hide,
regular
leather.
stuff that you can get for free,
What's the other?
or use for
Hide-
free, I should say.
Hide gives you 12 plus dex, and leather gives you 11 plus dex. Those would probably be the two.
Nice.
Hide is
Then
probably
You're a
the best
druid?
we can get.
I don't know that you can even use metal armor.
Yeah,
can
I
you?
forgot that.
Yeah, that's
hide
what I'm
armor.
saying.
To be
Hide is
fair,
probably
it's my
the
first
best
one.
she can do is hide
It'd
armor.
probably be
I
better
forget.
if I had high armor.
Because this is my first druid. I forget. It's like,
Studded
oh, that's
leather,
leather.
I think, is the same as hide.
Well, if
Studs
you're
would be
able
metal.
to
I usually
use
do
medium
rangers.
armor, hide would be-
Yeah, this is what I was
I
suggesting.
think so. I think.
See if they got fancy hides. That's about
Okay.
it.
Yes.
The
But then
hide-
curiosity.
The hide limits your what you can add with your dex to 2. So the max you can get with that is a 14, barring other things. So if you have, what's your dex? It gives you 2. So I mean, hide would be fine now. Your armor class is 15 right now.
If you decided to raise up your dexterity later, though, you would want to go back to that leather.
Is your because you said you have leather armor right now, right? Which is 11 plus dex. What else is adding to your armor? Do you have a shield? No,
Don't think so.
Hmm.
I'd have to dig it out and look.
because it's 10.
Oh, yeah, I do have a
Otherwise
shield.
it's-
I might get
Okay.
hide armor.
I'm mixing
just
this up
have-
with a different character. I was
I
like,
have
I
the
have to
emblem
look. And I
like
can't do it.
sewn onto the cloak.
Okay, so
I
yeah.
can just add my
Hide would give you another 1 to your AC if you want to go with that.
Okay.
I'll probably go with hide.
And it's
armor.
pretty cheap, anyways.
Yeah, free. It's pretty
Yeah,
cheap.
it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, woo, Grammy.
Granted, again, it's clearly the armor of the Kalman army. Military.
If you don't want those emblems, I'm sure there's an armorer in town that'll do it for somewhere around 10 steel pieces.
But if you want it for free,
Free is good.
okay.
Granny can
It's
die
more of like,
forever.
well, it was more of the enlisting and bargaining that. It's like free is
I'll
fine.
grab.
Okay.
I'll grab some hide armor.
Oh, so you went with
But
them.
enlisting,
Yeah, I did.
enlisting in
Okay.
an army, it's like.
Okay.
Like I'm pretty sure it's.
So then
not
you
gonna
guys
be
are
that
going to the
fast.
library.
Yes.
Do you have a goal in mind and during this time, Blanche, or are you just hanging out for the moment, or you have a bigger plan?
I'd just like to walk around and see the city a bit.
Sure. So, the library. So I think,
The berry.
yeah. I mean, the amount of time that you guys are committing to this, like, you don't need to make rolls. You can eventually just track down information.
Can you? Do you have the strength to wear plate?
Oh, yes, I
Okay,
checked.
good.
Because that's like
Oh,
strength
yeah, that's
15. I'm
good.
16 there, so we're fine there.
Anyway.
Oh yeah.
So you're looking for stuff that pertains to Takesis and what was the other specific info you wanted?
So, Takesis's departure and or just in general, why the gods left, to maybe help inform a little better
Sure.
why they may be coming back.
So yeah, I mean you're able to find what is essentially a copy. It's not an original, but it's a copy of a book written by Astinus. And he just taught it. This is not the way that Astinus writes is not fictional. It's just descriptive and somewhat elaborate. And it just talks about Takesis being defeated and sort of, I think you would consider it to be banished in defeat by Huma Dragon's Bane, a knight of Solamnia. And this was many years before the Cataclysm. And it sort of ushered in a different age when that happened, when the Cataclysm happened.
Is that when all of the dragons left? When Takesis left?
Yes. Well, not at the exact same time. That's when the chromatic dragons left. The metallic dragons left after that, so as not to imbalance the world.
I wonder if they're just really hibernating. Metallic dragons look like stone and stuff. So.
And what was the
Brendan?
guy's name that was Dragon's Bane?
Huma? H-U-M-A.
Sorry.
Dragon's
I
Bane.
always do it. It's probably
He
why.
wielded the
Against me, like, what's
fabled
going-
How you
Dragonlance.
doing?
Dragonlance.
Roll title.
End scene.
He said the thing. He did it.
He did it.
Game's over. Good
Won.
job, team.
We did it.
He defeated the dragon army.
And everybody rejoice. Yeah.
What else are you looking for? Anything else?
Have a little streak.
Other gods' reasons for leaving? That was more around the cat.
It's really not, yeah, it was after the Cataclysm, but there's not, like, it's not really clear. And the volume that you're reading sort of stops around that time anyway. So, and like as you're reading it, there are elements and things that are stated that are kind of commonly talked about or known, and then there are other elements that in your mind you're like, well, I didn't know that it was that way, or it was that this was how this supposedly happened. So it just is sort of an illustration of the difference between what people tell around the dinner table versus what a historian says. Okay. That's what you can find in 4 hours. Yes.
Thank you.
I just had a brain realization, and maybe everyone else is like, oh yeah, we knew this. But we use steel, iron, and bronze pieces because like gold, silver, and copper are metallic dragon colors. Like, right?
It's a
Actually, that makes
Like,
sense, Evan.
I think
there's
that
steel
No, I
dragons, aren't
agree
there?
with
my
you.
conspiracy theory brain just put that together.
I chose to do this for flavor reasons because in the books they literally do use steel, iron, and copper.
Well,
Or
there's
not copper, bronze.
There's bronze dragons and there's steel dragons, aren't there?
And there's gold
brass
dragons
and copper
too.
dragons.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a
Bronze.
bronze dragon.
There's one bronze.
Pretty sure
There's
there's bronze.
bronze, yeah, bronze, and then there's also gold dragons. There's
Silver.
yeah,
Silver.
trust me. You-
Maybe
you don't-
it's brass.
You don't
Emerald.
wanna
Sapphire,
get
gold,
you don't.
Jasper,
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
let's
okay.
not get into it because I will overload.
Celestial Emperor.
I will
Okay.
pour about
Anyway.
dragons.
What are you trying to find, James?
Is there a woman
I'm
dragons?
trying to find the
Maybe.
3.14567.
That's not right.
I know it's not right. It's been forever since I've seen the movie.
3.14159, 2653589, 979, 32384, 626.
You want the earliest history of the entire world.
I mean, she
No,
rattled
I-
off
She just
numbers
gave the
of
answer.
five.
Of the region? 42.
Pretty much like almost the start of this town, the important stuff that has happened since then, that like maybe one of the dragons attacked here or whatever, and it's like made a
So you want
proclamation.
you want the history of Calaman?
Yes.
Sure.
Nerd.
The PowerPoint version of
sorry.
the history.
Sure.
Oh, man.
He's
Also,
extra nerdy.
also, I would like to try to find blueprints of the
Did you know they had a drought 3 years ago?
You want blueprints of the castle.
Because I heard mention of a dungeon that has not been used in a long time, so I would like to know what the blueprints of that is. In case if I have to go down there at some point in time.
Sure thing. So
Because you're gonna get locked up in there.
So you start looking
This is
for the
damn someone
history
again.
of you start looking for the history of Calaman, and there's no one book that says history of Calaman. You end up having to look in 2 or 3 different books to find different elements of the history of the city, and it's been a Solamnic stronghold for a long time. It's a city that was largely founded around the same time as the knighthood, and it's kind of did its time as a stronghold of the knights, and then the knights sort of repositioned after the cataclysm, and things changed for them around that time, and so then it wasn't as much that knights were living and functioning in Calaman, and it was right.
So this town was actually founded by Solomon.
Well, almost everything in this region that was built, as a city. The Solamnic Knights were extremely prolific for a long time, and then around the time of the Cataclysm, that all changed.
Was anything pertaining the cataclysm that happened near here or in the surrounding areas?
I mean, it's this. Anything that you find is very similar in nature. I mean, this was a place that suffered a lot of destruction, just like many other surrounding areas. I mean, that's just what the cataclysm did to most places. It's not. I mean, as you read through it, I mean, it's, you know, if you've read histories before, it does nothing in it jumps out to you saying, "Oh, this was very different when the cataclysm happened." So, I mean, it had a lot of significant structures, so some of those structures survived it better than other things, but yeah. And then you want to spend some time looking for layout of the castle. Yeah, I mean, you can find an old layout of the castle, you can find a more recent layout of the castle, you can find both.
Because the way they made it sound like the dungeons aren't being used because they are too old.
Oh, I mean, they're damaged and in disrepair. I mean, they just don't use them anymore.
That many criminals.
I figure it'd be kind of cool. It's like you find a blueprint of it and you find out there's an actual like secret tunnel or something like that down there. And you're like, oh, that could lead somewhere. Maybe. That was my character's thought. It's okay.
Well, maybe
Lead
they didn't
people
want to
out
sneak
there
her
in
back door
case
into their
something
fancy
happens.
castle.
Okay. Anybody else? Time spent today.
Today, I might see if I can find just a slab of stone to engrave and make a little shrine out of.
Sure. Yeah. They'll give you one.
All right. I'll just do that, use my mason's tool to start
The biggest slab of stone ever.
Okay.
putting in the emblem of my god and just lay it at the foot of my bed.
Very good.
Does anything
That's
important
Kogan's bed.
happen
Yes.
in my tourism?
Roll your perception.
You see Derek running around like a little I'm just kidding, I don't know.
17. Oh wait, yeah, 17.
So I mean, depending on how, I'm assuming you're gonna try to just take in as much of the city as you can in
Alright,
this time.
it's my first full day here.
So yeah. So within the first like hour or so of walking around, you see the same fella from the tavern that you saw last night. And he's, the first time you see him, he's just chatting with one of the city guards. He's outside of a
Responsible fellow.
he's outside of a bakery when he does that, and then a couple hours later, you see him again, and this time he looks like he's talking to a guy who's on his way down to the port. So this is definitely not a city guard. I mean, this is somebody else. And then as you're kind of wrapping up, you're walking around, you see the guy that he was talking to at the port coming back, and he goes into the same bakery where you saw him talking to the city guard.
What's the name of that bakery?
That's a great question.
Sorry.
That's the name of the bakery. What a great question.
Sure, there you go. What a great question.
Pies.
That's right.
Myrtle sweet buns.
Myrtles. There we go. That's even better.
Who stole your sweet roll?
Let me
the food
guess.
cart out
Someone
front.
stole your sweet roll.
Hey, if anybody has a name to that bakery that you really enjoy, you can absolutely have it.
Well, good to know.
If you want, you can even name the bakery, or you can put me on the spot.
I'm gonna name a tavern called the Arrow in the Knee Inn.
Oh, and then Old Venture is a barkeep.
And his actual story
I've
is
seen
he
the
took an arrow to the knee.
statues and
Yeah,
things
you've
like
seen
that.
you've seen all this stuff. Like, you really are able to take in. This is an old city. Oh, there are pre-cataclysm things here.
He actually took ballista bolts to the knees.
And I mean, it's a big place, and it's bustling, and there's a lot of so. As cities go, this one is pretty robust when it comes to people. It has a marketplace, and there are people who just they bring in their goods to sell every day, and then they take them back out at night, and then they bring them back and set up shop again the next day. So there's a lot of people that do that. There's a lot of farmland in this area. There's a lot of fishing in this area. There's a lot of trade that happens here. So there's a lot of merchants.
Buns and Huns.
That's the vote.
Buns and Huns.
Oh goodness.
Is that what
Oh, is the
happened?
chat
That's the name of our bakery
Buns
now.
and Huns. That's my vote.
That's the only name.
Oh, it's the only vote.
Dungeons and Dragons. Where's Mark would know that.
What
Credit
madness
rolls.
is this?
Credit rolls.
Look at that. That's a pretty good name for a bakery too.
I afford you creative
Weasley
freedom with the name of the bakery.
I just wrote down great question.
Yeah, whatever you want.
What's today's special? Great question.
And it's like random things each day.
Okay.
Get too much into the bakery here.
Okay. Any other goals, or are we just calling it a day? Heading back to the castle, turning in.
Well, I said I was pretty much going to spend a lot of my time in the library. I mean,
Sure.
I
Do you
find
even
whatever stuff.
realize time is going past? That's more what I want to know.
I'll make
Unless
There's that
Ellie
shop.
hits me in the back saying, "Hey, stop! We need to go meet up with people" or something like that. I'm
There's
probably
that
not
shop on
going
the
to
east
notice
side.
that.
Has
I've
some
left.
oddity. Not there.
I might go down there
Well,
to
I'm sorry,
like
what?
poke at Jet,
Yeah, 'cause
saying,
it-
"Hey, food, feed yourself."
You two are at the library, right?
I mean, I only
Was.
spent 4 hours there.
I
Was.
spent.
Well,
What?
since you had somebody walk through the city, let's see.
Be like, "Where's Jet?" Oh crap.
Nobody's seen it.
You suspect that just about anything somebody would want to buy that is commonly acquired, you can definitely get it in the marketplace. You probably walked by the Hammer Strike Forges. These are twin forges that stand across the street from one another, and they're run by dwarven cousins, Cadmos and Tyria Hammerstrike.
I like it.
They're both very good smiths. Cadmos specializes in armor, and Tyria excels with weapons.
Look at that. They balance each other out.
As you go by the harbor, you get to see the harbor beacons. So the walls of Calaman extend several hundred feet into the city's harbor. The tower at each end holds a prominent beacon surrounded by an array of lenses. These beacons were created before the Cataclysm by the city's Istarian founders.
Interesting. I thought you said it
Yeah.
was a Salamnia.
Yeah, that was maybe my fault.
Okay.
Istarian founders.
Oops.
But knights have had a lot of
You
influence on this place.
You found one book claiming that the Knights were like, yeah, we did this. And found
And then-
another book going like, no,
Whoa.
really, this is the real deal.
the truth?
That's why you're there so long.
One of these books
That was an
there's
error
tells
on the
truth.
part of the.
The god of.
But
our
I mean, the city does have a lot of references to the Knights of Salamnia. So
There is one place you told me that I should go
Yeah,
visit.
I was going to pop into the library and ask you too if you want to check out that oddity shop off to the east.
Oddities shop?
Yes.
so there's a place called
Might have something
Okay.
interesting there.
Milara's Oddities.
Can you
It's a
spell
small
that?
shop. It's got a lot of trinkets.
I'm willing to take a look.
I
I
would
think
walk-
I've read anything that I'm
I
going
should
to
now
find.
start bringing my Lucky's rabbit foot here.
take peeks in that shop. And
The,
jump and
the
then-
Steady Beacon is a tavern. It's a favorite of Calaman's soldiers.
What's the Hetch warehouse? You're going to tell me it's just a warehouse, and I know it, but still, I'm going to ask.
I can tell you that I don't have a description of it, so I would have to make up a description. If that's something you really want me to do, then I'll do it.
Because it's like
I'll
It's in
spend
bolded
8 hours in
letters.
the
That's why I
warehouse.
figured-
There might be later things in the story that
Oh.
intersect with the warehouse that we might need to investigate it
I'm gonna
for.
wait for the full moon for it to turn into a wolf.
Where? Oh
Could
my
be.
God.
Don't know.
Have you
Okay.
seen that? Though?
Yes. So is there any specific place you want to go?
That
I
oddities
check out we're
actually.
going to an oddities shop.
Oh, you want to go
Yeah,
to
I
who?
wanna go
Who
to the
wants to? Who?
oddities.
So who is going to the oddities shop?
I plan on seeing they have a new person hired.
Oh,
Just
we're
there, I
violence.
bet.
I've just been.
Sorry, I missed that. Who's going to the oddities shop?
We're just sort of grabbing people as we go. Right now we have 5 of us, I guess.
Alright,
see
I'll
you,
Blanche
run
is-
into you
Run
after
in there.
Blanche
New
is
hiree,
roaming
ever
around the
seen
city. I'm pretty
Jezebel?
sure we
Here
can
for
find her
oddities.
real quick though.
We run into him along the way, we'll invite him to.
Her. Stop misgendering Blanche.
Blanche is a her.
Okay,
That one.
so you guys. I mean, if you want to, if Blanche wants to run into you, Blanche will run into you. How about that?
Sure.
No, damn right.
Alright.
Well,
I
No,
don't want
are you
her
gonna
to
do the
really
horns?
run into
Everybody's
us,
going to the
though.
oddity
Like,
shop.
Everybody's
Blanche
going to
has
the
only
oddity shop.
found
Okay, so you get to
Yeah,
mail Lara's oddities.
Otherwise, she's
Small
just
shops
into
piled with
nice.
trinkets, and in there you see you see
Is that
this.
also trademarked?
The proprietor, Mealura, is a Kender woman,
Oh,
silver-haired, got a bright smile.
No, I forgot. I
brightest.
just remembered something that we forgot.
What?
What did you forget? To pick up our first week's pay.
We
I
can grab
assume
that
that we
tomorrow.
would have done
Okay.
that at some point over the course of
Those
8
of you that
hours.
those of you
Mr.
that
like,
wanted
where's
to
my
do
money?
it can
and
have
forgot
done
your
that.
money.
We could
Great.
just all say we grabbed
I
it.
got my money.
Okay,
I got
you two don't get paid because you don't work. Okay, so yeah, you walk in there and you see her, and oh, new faces. I haven't seen any of you around before. Welcome, 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 welcome.
I'm still just carrying Martha underneath of her shoulder.
Doing the
I
whole
just see like
stitch.
the little legs hanging out with every step.
She's got her own little like Calaman uniform.
Like a little hood.
Little Calaman colored harness and
So my badger gets the 5 steel a week too, right?
Her badger to
Attack badger.
attack.
Martha also
no,
signed
the
up for the
tactical
army.
badger.
Tactical Badger also gets paid 5 silver. Or
Steel.
steel. Can it be silver instead?
That would be
A fine day to you,
iron.
ma'am. It's nice to meet you.
Yes. Well, what an odd bunch,
You're telling us.
which I really appreciate.
Well, it's an oddity store. I thought we'd be a perfect fit.
You are all a
Perhaps
perfect
we'd
fit.
be more welcome in the
Look, my
normalities
lucky
store.
rabbit's foot.
Say that again.
Sorry.
No,
never
yes.
mind.
Okay. Well, if you find anything you like, please.
Yeah.
I
the
thought
name,
that was
that'd
like
be
some
interesting. We'll take a
ninja
look
spelling
around.
blade
Sure.
earlier too.
How you doing?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I mean, she's
So-
got a whole mess of stuff. Like most of it is just little trinkets.
Fidget spinner?
Oh, it's
Anything
Alright.
hanging on the wall? Anything cool?
It's the
Yeah.
twin blade shirt.
yeah. And it has the
The hidden Nathan Lee.
So
Yes.
when you
She
Sorry.
she has a
anime moment.
she has a clock that's got this. It looks kind of like a fish, but it's got arms and legs, and it's got these ruby eyeballs, and it's just very strange. Like no matter where you walk, it looks like it's kind of looking at you, and it doesn't make any sense how that's happening,
Jezebel
but it
gets
definitely does.
really excited and it's kind of like scooting around the shop just staring at it. I'm like, is it still looking
Get
at
it
me?
for Granny Rockette. Make her go crazy.
Walks a couple steps.
And yeah,
It still works.
Interested enough to try this.
Wait,
Yeah.
when is Granny's birthday
I
again?
am going to cast Detect Magic and see if I can find anything magical in the oddities. You never know.
Everything went
what is
up.
your range on it?
I think it's like 30 feet, so I'll just
Well, it lasts
Stroll
for like
around
10
while-
minutes,
yeah,
so.
Sure.
You're just
Just
blinded
go
by
around while-
everything.
the
Yeah,
lady is
it's
just
all
your magical
necromancy.
personality.
Yeah,
You're so
got,
bubbly.
she's got a couple of things on her that are pinging, and she's got something that's behind the desk that's pinging, but nothing in the shop is pinging.
Oh, the fish
Okay.
isn't
Yeah.
picking.
There's
This is entertaining.
she's got this
Okay.
little what looks like these two carved, like extremely nicely carved looking little figurines, and they're both of little Kender people, and they're both holding these fishing poles, but they look like they're in a duel. And there's
How big are they?
the figurines.
Yeah.
Does
They're
Martha
probably
want
Like
the
a foot
kinders?
tall.
But like,
Oh.
yeah.
They're like garden gnomes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's much larger than I would.
Maybe not the-
Oh, you want it? You want it?
Well, I thought that's what.
So don't anybody.
I actually have like a deer vertebrae at my house and quills and stuff. I have actual oddities at home.
So
Yeah, you
Are
see.
there-
Yeah, you see a hat that looks like it has like some kind of almost like antlers
Hey, Jack,
coming out of it,
is that?
there you go.
but they're
Pinging
tiny.
off
They're
his-
like tiny little
Give
antlers.
me a deer.
Are they pinging off of his?
No, these are just things that you see.
Okay.
I don't think anything else in the shop is magical besides with the.
I mean, to be honest, I probably haven't told you guys yet what is magical or not.
Oh, that's fine.
But my curiosity will be sated. I'm like, what's? Those are some interesting
Can you touch it?
wood sculptures, carvings.
Thingamabobs?
Of course, everything here is interesting. Of course.
Can you tell me more about them?
About
Kaylee,
what?
we're in
About
the
which
Little
ones?
Mermaid scene.
I mean,
These two.
You're talking about the two Kender with the fishing poles?
Yes.
I don't think they were magical.
They're not magical.
I think you said those were the ones that
Absolutely
were-
not. I
What's
just
something
was
behind the
exa-
desk? Was
Something behind the counter.
Oh.
Something
They're
that
just
you
No,
in the way.
that's most likely that's her thing.
That's
for
like her
security or something.
shotgun she's got.
Yeah.
silent alarm spell.
She's got the mini cannon thing gun, like
So
Pirates
when
of
we
the
say
Caribbean.
oddities, are there like little figurines, like actual little ones
Yeah.
of like
You know
animals?
what you didn't
Oh, you mean
The
like a
badger.
little?
badger? Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah. So there's this little. It looks like a crystal. It looks like kind of a glass,
I'm sorry,
orb.
I heard my name, so I perked up.
and it's like set in a piece of wood. This orb, and inside of it, it looks like there's a badger, but it's like standing up on its hinds and it's doing this, and it looks like it's.
Oh, it's trying to
Trying
threaten.
to escape.
It's
Oh,
trying
it's
to
like
be,
the red pandas when they're trying to
It's
be
trying to make
intimidating.
friends.
it's trying to be
That's what you're
threatening and
telling
big.
me.
It's like,
a
I'm bigger.
globe.
Yeah,
a
it's probably
man,
the
badger.
little orb thing is it's about like this big. It's like the size of a snow globe, except for it's got a badger in it.
That's adorable.
And that's not magical or anything.
Well, I mean, you might
You
think
have
it looks kind of magical.
You wouldn't know.
It's magical in the heart of the eye of the
Come here.
beholder.
As my
Don't talk
eyes are
about
kind of
beholders.
glowing red. Like what?
Look, it's a badger.
Yes, it is. It's not magical. if
Martha
that's what
gets
you're asking
really
me.
excited.
Yeah.
It just a little pops up behind you, and
the
then runs
more
off to go look at
the
something
more
else.
you look at
She's
it,
going
you're
back
like,
to the fish.
Oh, I'm just excited about
this
everything's
isn't
weird.
Martha, but it looks a little like my badger.
But it's a badger.
It's a badger.
It looks like Martha's cousin.
Like if a badger could look happy, it looks happy.
So while she's
While also
looking,
trying to look
while
happy.
she's looking at it, I'm going to just slightly with my hands behind my back do the hand signs for the minor illusion to make it look like it's actually starting to move and dance and bob.
She's so he's messing with her.
I just see Ellie just getting more
Martha's
like,
gonna dance back with her paws and her.
Yeah, I mean, one of you finds a spoon that's got little tines on the end.
The first ever spork.
Yeah,
Crazy invention.
Next thing you know, we're gonna find sliced bread here.
what's that?
We gotta use the enchanted sword with fire, and then we can make toast with it. Sorry.
One of you picks up a book, and it's got just a picture of two children like playing by a pond on the front, and then when you open it up, like the very first page is just this kid like, like it pops
Oh,
out.
it's a pop-up book.
Oh my god.
Allie, look.
Stories really do come to life.
Just about if it would have been her, she would have picked it up, screamed, dropped it, and been excited. Go back into it.
Turn the page, another thing.
All for the weird, man.
Yeah,
is
you
the
find.
That's why she doesn't do
Pop-up
well in
dragon
court.
book? No.
Okay.
She's embarrassing
any
in
like
court.
little dragon trinkets or figurines?
I would love
Little dragon trinkets or figurines.
In the place where dragons are like
Well,
kind of the
Scared.
In
worst.
like 3 centuries.
Well,
Yeah, you.
They
I
had
mean, the
metallic
closest,
dragons
the
here, so they
closest
wouldn't have
thing
been
that
the
you
worst, so-
find to that,
There would have been like weird
yeah.
mythical figures from the past.
the closest thing that you find to that is like this necklace that's just got. I mean, it's not an amulet or anything, but it's just a. I mean, it's a trinket that is just a dragon, looking like it's getting ready to breathe fire or something.
You can do it.
My inner
Oh,
dragon.
like one of those, like a jewelry box. Straw opens up, you can put something in it, closes, looks like it's going to be fire.
It's the
We
mech
played with
dragon.
one of those already. Somebody got crispy.
That's true.
Somebody's got crispy.
Yeah, there's like.
Ouch.
There's lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
You like fake vials of holy water in there.
Partially
no.
holy water.
I mean, there. No.
It's only half.
It's all fakes. It's just not real stuff.
No. Yeah. There's. I mean,
It's really dog troll.
there are. She does have. There is this one spot. There's this one thing. It's just this like 4 vials, and they're all filled with some different colors of liquid.
Refillable holy water bottle, currently empty.
That
Sure.
sounded really good commercial there. Get
Well,
yours
dears, are you
today.
finding anything you like?
7 bronze
Bronze.
for the empty holy water bottle.
I'm not gonna lie, that amulet kind of. I want the dragon looking like it's breathing fire.
Mm.
That looks interesting. That looks. How much?
His brain is twitching over there.
You want to know how
Like,
much it
sense
is? So she says, "Well, let me see. Bring it here."
He's still doing the minor illusion for the honey badger.
I took over that.
So you're giving her the necklace that's
Yeah.
got the dragon on it. So she pulls these little glasses down and looks at it and is kind of squinting at it a little bit. And so then she reaches underneath the desk and she plops down this huge book that's like way too big for a kender, and she
How
flips
strong
it
is
open.
this
She's like
kender?
she like steps up on this little stool so she can get a good read at it, and she's like flipping through it, and she eventually finds
Catalog.
yeah,
The
Inventory.
first
Yeah.
catalog.
and she gets to she gets a little ways in and finds a page, and then looks and she says, "Oh, this will be 1 steal."
So
Okay.
Sold.
All right.
I love that.
Take 1 steal off of your thing and add dragon necklace.
Are there any, like, besides the orb thing, shiny rocks of any kind?
Oh yeah. There's plenty.
Besides
What
There's
the
just a
kind?
wall of them.
All like a lot. Like there's a whole there's like a whole shelf that's got like probably 100 different sized little stones, rocks, whatever on there.
There's like the scoop and the little bags that you can at the gift shop.
If we have to,
Take your
one of
own
us
goal.
tall people can pick you up to look on the top shelf.
I do not have the strength for this. I'm sorry.
Except
I mean, you wouldn't. I don't think you'd have to look that well. You're a forest gnome, so you might have to do some.
I don't know.
Roll your rock
Oh wait, she.
identification if you want to.
I am not a rock gnome. I'm
you
a
go.
forest
She
gnome.
would,
Although you do have a
Oh wait,
dwarf
no, she
there.
could just like hop up there
I have
because she's a
dwarf
monk.
blood.
Use her
Yeah,
staff.
what do you want?
I can help you.
What kind of roll?
Do you actually want to identify any of them, or do you just?
Mean, sure. Why?
Isn't it like a
What do you?
nature
I mean, are you
check or
looking for a
Nature
specific type of
investigation.
one, or do you just
Or-
want to roll
yeah,
to
one
make
or
the
two.
DM make up a bunch of rock names?
Yes.
You tell me what you're trying to achieve here.
Do we have some pyrite?
Solemnite.
I don't think we have pirates here, do we?
Serpentine.
No, that's
Suspicious.
Come on, roll it.
I was looking for shiny rocks, mostly like crystally looking.
Yeah, I mean the most interesting one that you see is like it looks like a piece of onyx,
Aw.
and it looks a little like a star almost. It's not flawlessly like that, but it's just surprisingly shaped that way.
Are there any purple ones?
Yeah, there's a few purple ones in there.
Purple.
How big of a purple rock do you want? You want a shiny purple rock?
The shiniest.
Do you want a
One that's
shiny
shaped in a
one?
polyhedral.
I'm not a math person. I don't know what that means.
Do you
A
want
dice.
do you want like a
I was about to say
smooth
that's
like ovular
geometrics,
one?
isn't Yeah,
Want a cool
I don't know
crystally
why I
one.
said
I was kind of thinking crystally.
Crystally purple?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, there's one that's a little more jagged and crystally type. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
It's probably like the size. It's probably about the size of your thumb.
Yeah. How big is the onyx?
How big is the onyx one? Probably like twice the size of your thumb.
Thinking.
Tough choices.
Yeah, it is tough.
So many rocks.
So little time.
Okay.
Just time to
I'm
party
gonna
rock.
go up to the counter
Yeah.
with all three of the onyx, the purple crystal, and the snow globe.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Just gonna like
You
shove
sold
them
her
onto
on
the
that snow
counter
globe.
because I'm probably the same height as the counter.
Oh, she's got a. She has a little stool out there for
Oh.
people who.
Perfect.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the other Kenders
I'll
that visit.
step up on the stool there
Yeah.
No,
and just kind of like
tenders.
present them nicely,
Anything
like,
tiny.
nicely
Kenders
lay
are
them out.
replaced.
Oh
Half
yeah,
range, right?
excellent choices. Wow, great.
Yeah,
Just
kind
another
of.
race.
So she does the whole same
Yeah,
thing,
so,
like
kind of.
starts flipping through the pages of her book, and she eventually finds, and so then she finds the badger globe, and she says, and as she finds it, she does a little reading, and she's like, oh, "This is such an excellent piece. I'm so happy that you found it."
See,
Badger
like
just
her
chilling in
crouching
my
over. I just turn over to see her crouching
Just
and
both
then
of you smiling,
grinning.
like, yeah, it's a great piece.
Yep.
This-
Price tag.
This is a depiction of Nigel the badger.
Critical lore.
Wait, it's Martha's cousin.
The
We gotta get
badger.
Martha.
Yes.
That's what we gotta
Nice.
do.
Primal badger.
Yes.
The primal
The
badger.
pet of Calaman's first and probably only Badger Master.
I wonder why.
Heard it here, folks. Badger Masters.
Badger Lord.
You have a great destiny.
There you go, Martha.
Second
Okay.
Badger
master
master.
of Paladin.
Terrific. Now you're waiting to hear about the stones now. Okay.
We've got to give
So
her a badge.
so first she tells you that the badger
The
will
badger
cost you
is-
3 steel.
Badger.
Okay.
Badger, badger.
So then she finds
Instead
the
of
other
badger.
2 rocks, and she tells you 1 more steel for those
You're
combined.
the presence of greatness. So
4 steel combined. And she's even gonna give you this little pouch that will hold the 2 rocks if you want. She offers it to you.
Nigel.
that's a cute name for a honey badger, honestly.
Okay.
You satisfied?
I want all 3 of them.
All right, 4
Well, I
steel
mean, I
pieces.
guess
So
I don't know if that
take 4
totally
steel
makes
out
up
of
for
your
what happened.
inventory and add your badger globe and your onyx and your purple crystal.
Let me find someone that's good with
What kind of pouch is it? Is it leather pouch? Is
Who
it a
could
velvet
possibly be
pouch?
good with
Plastic. It says
woodworking?
thank you.
I know you're good with
Thank
stone.
you.
I don't know if you're good with wood too. That's why.
Competent with carpenter's
It's
tools.
really, it's a very
So I'm
simple
like,
I mean-
leather
everyone
house,
who
and
went
it's
through
just,
new
it's
bulbs,
just
I
big
just
enough
knew you
really
used
to fit
stone.
the two
My
There
seats.
parents
was-
and sister would also do that.
So it's like this big.
You
Yeah.
made reference
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that at the
Okay, okay.
Kingfisher Festival. Like
Yes.
Before for prep work. Get your head out of the book, man.
I was
Like,
with the kids.
my entire family
So
is
was I.
But
carpenters.
this
I
pouch,
broke off and did
it
masonry.
has
I need
like a
bands.
drawstring that's long enough that
I'm
you could just
surprised
wear it
you
around
said
your
that.
neck if you would
You're
choose.
not wrong.
Because you also know how to write
Okay,
comic, don't you?
how we feeling? Good?
Very
Yeah.
excited.
Anything else in the oddity shop?
I think we're good.
Well, thank you all for coming.
Let's
It's
have a
time for me to close up and have my evening tea.
Well, thanks for running the
Well, you
game.
have yourself a good
Thanks for introducing us to Nigel, the badger. More honey badger lore on the way.
Party name, the Badger Masters.
This is a
I know who it is.
Isn't it? Yeah, I thought so.
this is a
chaotic.
well crafted
I just have
Like-
to look up. It's like
base and globe. The whole. I mean, this is a very well done thing.
It's a badger globe.
It's a badger globe.
Is it like just an epic globe, or does it have like water in it? Does it like whole
No.
snow globe thing?
No. It just
got
has the little
it's just
badger.
got
As
the
a badger.
in it.
And as we walk out, the badger and the inside is just going.
I wonder.
Yeah,
if
he's
the-
doing whatever Nigel the Badger would do.
Did,
Have to
did the
fit just
shop
to fill the
owner
globe with
actually
holy
see
water.
that? I wonder.
Splash weapon.
she has a shop of oddities.
It's just this
Does she
random.
care?
It's like the
Well,
only
she
holy.
unless it wasn't
relic
moving
that has been
before.
created in
we
the last-
Yeah, maybe she's
missed.
like, crap, I should have charged more.
Okay,
Probably.
Nigel.
so we're out. So we're headed back to the castle, having our dinner, off to bed.
Din time.
Sure.
I'm going to go up to you and ask you, it's like, if I remember correctly, you do some woodworking, correct?
Yes, I would help my family with carpentry.
How good are you at, like, small engravings?
Not too bad. I do a lot of that mostly for masonry, but it carries over to wood well enough.
Because if I remember right, the dragon necklace was actually made out of wood, correct? Right?
What's that?
Was I correct to say that the dragon necklace was made
I
out
messed
of wood?
him up.
Like, especially the spot where it had the dragon kind of,
Oh,
like it was about to breathe fire?
yeah. It's okay. So it's wood, but then the dragon emblem and everything itself is actually like glass, like a sturdy glass piece.
Never
Are
mind.
you sure you want me to chisel
No,
at it?
no, never mind. That was mostly wood.
Well, I mean,
You
it's
didn't look at it
set in
carefully
a
enough.
wood, but like,
Yeah.
so the back of it is wood.
I can
was
and
engrave
then-
the wooden
Yeah,
part.
that's what I'm thinking of. I was wondering, if, like, in Draconic saying, it's like,
Jet was here.
Kogan was here.
Property of Jet.
That
In
last
Draconic, everybody's like, I don't know, it's got some crazy words on it.
Do you know Draconic? No? Good.
If you could read this, you're too old.
yeah.
If you can
Owned
read
by
this, you
Jet.
scaly bastard.
Kogan was here.
May the
Property of-
strength of your inner fire be as strong as a dragon's fire.
You better
That's
write
very
that down.
small.
Really
words.
small.
Really small. And in Draconic.
Oh boy.
That's a lot
I
to
can-
get
That's a lot.
with a thing that's like this big.
I got a tiny chisel and rock hammer. I could probably knock it out.
Well, does anybody else have anything they wish to do this day before we just beep
I
to
could
the
probably
next?
make use of the
I'm
armor
just
and
enjoying
make use
this.
of one of the devices there.
I
to
have
get
to
meant
write.
a better job done.
In the village camp.
I just
Just
thought it'd be
to
kind of
like kind of alternate back and forth.
Oh,
between
go
the
check
castle
on them and see how they're doing. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're to the point
I'm
now
gonna
that
go check on them.
you know they're relatively situated. You know, I mean, and as you go, you see all the evidence of the Calaman's guards are making rounds through that space. I mean, there's the food that was promised to them has pretty clearly been brought to them for today. Everything that they said they were going to do for the village is being done for them. So, and if you stop into their little makeshift infirmary, people are healing and in much better spirits than they were the day before.
Yeah, I suppose.
How's those fishermen that helped us?
Do you want to find them?
Oh,
Okay.
And then before going to sleep.
rhetorical
Okay.
question.
Either last
I
night
got
or
14
tonight.
points worth of hand left for
Probably
today.
would've
I can
just-
just burn them all up.
Catch these
Lay on
hands.
hands.
Well, you should be at
Smack 'em in the
full
face.
because we rested last
Oh,
night.
yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot. Oh.
So
You really
I-
catch these hands.
I don't know what else I'm going to
What
use
were
it
you
for
saying?
today, so I can just.
Was just saying that I think Ellie would have gone with Blanche to the town, but not stayed there, and probably come back to the castle. And then at some point in that evening, probably just kind of taken Martha and just kind of cried herself to sleep after everything that we've been through.
Okay. Fair enough.
Look, here's Reginald.
Okay. So,
Nigel.
Wait, is Smokey with you?
It's Nigel. That was
I was
Nigel.
gonna say, like, who's
Why was I thinking
Yeah,
Reginald?
okay, that's what.
so
Another
I just thought that was
I
your
didn't know if the
dragon.
cat find its way back to Jet.
What?
Smokey the Bandit.
Smokey. No, I have Smokey with me.
Oh, do you?
you took him away from the
From the children.
orphans.
Rude.
I give them a day. I get to have a day because
He's your emotional support.
he's my
cat.
emotional support cat at the moment.
He's the one who went with you on your side quest.
If the
You're,
kid,
you make the call.
no, if the kids are really like, if they seem like really sad about
Man,
it, I
they
will
just work
leave
you
the-
over, don't they?
It's weird
I
that
thought
the
Jasper said you had a spine.
it's weird that the cat that jumped out of the Warfinger's office to you, which probably belongs to the Warfinger,
Where's the
and you're just
warfinger?
like,
Well, you know what?
you weren't thinking about that.
I'm
It was
not
a
thinking
hot
about that
moment.
at all.
Where's the warfinger?
This is
I
Jet.
just
Why
like
would
I
you think
saved
about
the-
that.
This is Jet.
Eventually, my brain will think about that. Eventually,
Today's not that day.
today's not that day.
Okay.
Your
Cat's
brain
just-
or Jet's brain?
Jet's brain.
Both.
My brain definitely wasn't.
It's both.
Honesty.
Well, roll to see if you have a cat allergy.
Ah, no.
So,
He's got
Not
50
today.
so we wake up in the morning.
Tomorrow you have hives.
We, I mean,
Recharge that.
they have a spot where they feed the guards and they have a little cafeteria, mess hall, whatever. People can get some food.
I'll do my morning prayers to my mini shrine and
Certainly.
get my spells ready for the day.
So around that time,
Smokies with the kids.
Darrett
Smokey ran off. a
finds you
little bit.
guys,
No, it was there too.
and he says, "Well, it sounds like the leaders here in the city were pretty disturbed to hear about
That's the best
the
word you
machine
can come up with there.
that they used in their attack on Vogler. And they're very interested to know more about that. So it sounds like about 12 miles south, along the Esker Brook, there is a gnome inventor named Tatina Ruckledust. And the marshal wants you guys to go to her home and see if she knows anything about this device or similar ones. Even if she says that she doesn't know anything about it, the marshal is pretty interested in trying to recruit her as an advisor. And then he also indicates to you that he's not going to be going along on this mission.
All right.
Right. So we go requisition a sack from the armory.
You're
We
not
bundle her
kidnapping
in.
a gnome.
Well, they want her as an advisor. I
I don't think.
Don't
that would
think.
be
I don't think
you
that
do
she
to
needs to
advise it.
advise
I
the inside of a bag.
I think I would advise against that.
I think after
There-
that, you
there's
could
more
not
than
trust her
one.
advice.
There's more than
I
one.
mean, that would
What
be
did you
fun,
say the first
but
name was? Did I know?
let's
Tatina.
not do that.
Tatina. Okay.
Tina.
Keep it in the back pocket.
Yeah, keep it in the back.
Ruckle knuckle.
So you're getting a sack for the no.
Just in case measures.
In case we get in danger and we have to throw her in the sack and she can't run that fast.
Yeah, a safety measure.
There you go.
We'll toss out a tire.
There you go.
I hope
I've
you
been
never
hanging
get
out with
crippled.
Blanche a little too much.
I have a bad feeling about bags now.
He's already got a gnome bag.
I got step of the wind. Catch me, motherfucker.
We weren't talking about you.
I know, but-
She doesn't get crippled. It's like, oh, God, it's my dad.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we have to do a quick.
From who?
Me.
You don't have that. You're
we
a
ha-
paladin.
we need
I
a
do
dwarf
have
bag
that.
too,
I'm
just
a
in case.
vengeance
Coco
paladin.
goes
so
down.
these are the orders of the marshal.
Yes.
So
Where'd you say she was again? East?
12 miles south.
yeah, it's south, and it's along the Esker Brook, which is. I mean, you'll be able to kind of follow that south.
Well, unless you guys have less
roll,
things to
friends.
handle, we could head out.
Okay. Go ahead. Just
Okay.
Don't forget to
You guys are gonna head out on your way to get there. Okay. So I mean, you know, for those of you that haven't traveled in this area, I mean, this is like open fields, rolling hills, scattered
Grasslands.
woods,
My favorite.
that sort of a thing.
It's grassy.
In the south are the Dargard Mountains, and that area is constantly cloaked in dark clouds.
Ominous.
Boogie boogie.
If anyone would like to, they can roll history.
Ooh, sure.
You are really. What is that?
16?
That's you are really dumb.
rolled
16.
You are really dumb.
And did anyone else roll it?
I rolled a 7, so
Okay.
16 is the.
I'm proficient in history. Why not? That's going to be 18.
Sure.
There we go.
Anybody that beat a 12 knows that the
Wow.
Solamnic province of Nightland, which encompasses both the Dargard Mountains and Kalaman, it's widely said to be a land of eternal twilight, where the sun never shines. In
My
in
friend
reality,
Rosie
it's
lives.
just a gloomy area that sees a lot of drizzle, but it's not a cursed darkness or anything.
I dropped that
And
now.
I'm sorry, what was the name of this location?
Mr. Hebno reads all the
Dargard
books and doesn't even know.
Yeah, the
Then what?
Dargard Mountains.
There's a
He's
dark
bad
arc
at
keep.
remembering.
There is a
history.
Dargard keep.
You just never came across the information, all right?
There you go.
It's not ancient enough.
Sorry.
I'm not. That was beautiful.
Sometimes
That was
flipping the page is hard.
beautiful.
All right. Would anyone like to
job.
roll
That-
a
nope.
D4, please?
Oh boy.
So,
Do it.
what was it?
Do it.
Okay.
Roll it just a
D4.
D4. I just need one for the group.
2.
That's good, because
Okay.
that's the same I got. So.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Twinsies.
Somebody else can roll 2D4s.
Two?
Yeah, just
Ooh.
add them together and tell me.
Oh, so that would
I
have
got
been
it.
4.
I'll
I
roll
got
the other
5
one.
total.
You got 5 total. Okay.
Sorry.
I got one of your fours.
So as you're going along the road, you see
You're really
road
slow
again.
today,
you see these you see these 5 kind of rough-looking people. They're heading northwest. They're just kind of, you know, in some kind of a heated conversation as they're on their way. They're all armed.
So it's England.
What?
You see them, and
So
they're
it's
gonna.
England.
You'll eventually cross their path.
Yes.
Can we overhear anything from the
Can
Can
roll
they
a
be
perception.
I guess that's what the
I
better
can't
question-
overhear anything from this far.
I got a
A rock.
14? Sorry, I was trying to math.
19?
That's not bad.
Sure. I mean,
Oh, you can hear them, but you can't
Yeah, you don't necessarily make out everything that they say. They don't necessarily get quite that close to you, but you do hear something along the lines of, "I hear they pay really well."
Hail, travelers. Any trouble to the south?
Why would you talk to them?
Just friendly passerbys.
We're like 50 feet away from them.
Yeah, we're 50 feet.
So you hail them.
Hail, travelers. Any trouble to the south?
I'm going to hide.
They're right there. It's out.
You know
this
what?
is like out in the plains.
I'm
this
not
is
doing
open
Oh,
anything.
that
I'm
makes
playing
sense.
my
Me.
job.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
We're
My bad.
traveling the same
Blame me,
roads.
Mark.
We're getting across.
What was moving your direction?
Crossing the beams.
They've already seen
I'm
us
sweet
in all
and innocent.
likelihood. There's like
I just love the idea of they seen us and she's
Too many people
Do
trying to do
21 on
stuff.
my stealth check.
What'd you do?
Roll this 21 for stealth.
Sure. So you want to go hide?
Yeah.
Yeah, think you go hide.
hide behind us.
I am hiding behind you.
Okay, sure.
Actually, probably the
Hide in the
Minotaur.
shrubbery.
But
Sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
We are the next
So you
technology.
I
hail
will get
them,
out of sight.
This is so your villain origin story.
and they just kind of ignore you. They kind of look your way,
we try
and then they kind of
we try
just,
to vengeance.
and then they keep talking amongst them, so they ignore you.
Don't you dare do it.
How close are they?
What does it
Like
don't
50 feet
fireball.
away.
50 feet.
No fireball.
No,
Are
not
they
that.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You gotta give me
Do they look like they're mercenaries? You said they're well armed.
I mean, they're armed,
They
So
might
are
be
we.
mercenaries.
And I cannot.
So
see
are
them.
we, yeah.
but they're wearing like they're not wearing uniforms. It's just mismatched, whatever.
So there might be like villagers or militia. They're just guys.
a. I have to
Out
use 30
No, they
feet.
look more. I mean, they look more like they're.
Rough and
I was
tumble.
gonna cast a tick.
I mean, you would. I mean, the game would think of them as bandits,
Banditos.
but they're not like.
Bad banditos, potentially.
They're not wearing a T-shirt that said "I went to bandit school."
Right.
They're not
I went to
acting
bandit
like
summer
evil.
Bandit
This
University.
one time at Bandit School.
Class of
I'm just gonna
13.
move it to the other side of the
That's why I was
road
trying to
with
say
the-
camp, and it, my brain
Just
just
hit
was
me.
like.
So yeah, they're pretty much paying you no mind.
500
All right.
All right.
AC.
So it's up to you guys if you decide to do anything else. If not, then I'll pass you.
Oh, great.
Yeah, let's.
Hear of any interesting employment opportunities
Oh, you're continuing to try to talk to them?
as we're walking past?
Are they staying
I mean,
50 feet
they're
away from
looking
us?
at your.
I'm like further
They're looking
back.
at your armor.
Let's go.
Well, I'm just wearing
no.
the chain. I'm not wearing the whole plate because that's gonna be clanking all the way.
Right.
Clanky.
But I mean, I would assume that you wear an external indication of your allegiance to reorcs.
Oh, Reorcs.
Oh, yes. I mean,
Yeah,
the-
so they can identify you
icon's still
as
gonna be there.
they can identify you as a holy whatever.
Holy
And
man.
yeah, they're just
We don't need no church words.
they're just kind of continuing to
No
ignore
church.
you.
I'm sorry. He just looked over at me like I'm just.
I mean,
He just looked down on me.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
No churchy. You ruined
you
my
are
sin.
tiny.
I'm actually shorter than you in game.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say,
Oh, I'm
look,
sorry.
they're
All right.
small.
We'll let them pass.
Letting them pass.
Unless they're
Okay.
obviously up to some nefarious.
All right, sure. Somebody else can roll a d4.
Anyone else want to roll?
1.
Sure.
Got it wrong.
Yeah, so I mean, a little while passes, and then it kind of starts to drizzle, and then there's kind of a light rain that goes for about an hour, and then in the distance, like in the Dargard Mountains, you can see lightning over there.
Woo. Shocking.
So yeah, it's
Into the storm.
weather's not as good as it was.
Into the woods we go. Oh. Deeper. There you go.
Crash dragon.
Okay.
Make a long
I
story short,
thought,
too late.
well,
Oh man, that was a great moment.
And it's slipped
Okay,
away.
so you guys carry on for a little while, and
Finger guns.
you kind of come up, and you get to the point where you think you kind of can now see what you think is probably Rookledust's home. On a hill stands an unusual structure that resembles both a cottage and a metal fortress.
Oh, good God.
The building bristles with steaming pipes and whirring devices, and it is currently under siege. Amid clanging metal contraptions, goblins try to breach the structure.
I've dealt with these
My
little
favorite
shits
enemy.
before.
Impeded by gadgets that spin, snap, and thrash in the yard. Every
My
few
favorite
moments,
enemy.
a gnome appears from an open clock face above the door and hucks a new clockwork calamity at the attackers while cackling and yelling insults.
This was
Ah.
great.
Thank you.
Is it
I-
a bard?
I
Vicious
sit,
mockery.
I just sit back and watch.
I love this one already.
Oh no, I
How
hate
far
these
away are we?
things. I'm going in and killing as many
So
goblins
you
as
see,
I can.
so you see some goblins,
Breaking
and then
that
you
new
also
arm.
see
I'm not wearing it. I didn't
Oh,
want
that's
it.
right.
you see
Yeah.
this hobgoblin that
Alright,
seems to
takes
be like
10 minutes to get
yelling
it on. I'm not doing it.
orders with the goblins,
My favorite enemy.
and they're all wearing.
It is my favorite.
As you get
Goblins.
closer, you can
Fashion
kind of see
Yeah.
they're all wearing
Goblin Slayer. Oh, sorry.
they're all wearing dark armor with a spiral
So you watch
symbol,
that?
the same
Yes.
colors
Okay, now
and
we burned them.
symbol of
I watched the
Takesis.
bridge one too.
I don't want to be in this fight then.
What?
They have
Why don't you-
symbols of
No,
the dragon
just
Takesis.
that reference. I'm like, nope, nope. I know how the first fight with that goes. I'm good.
I actually know.
You have a spell that unleashes the heavy pressure. Of the
I'm more-
Have they seen us yet?
It's just, yeah. It's like
They're,
that first episode, I was like,
uh,
yep.
Sorry, I got excited because it's actually my favorite.
They're kind of
I'll take-
occupied right now.
Should we just announce our presence and our willingness to help?
There's a lot happening in this
How,
whole thing.
Just
Very
jump in.
honorable
How
Kogan,
many-
but,
how many do we see? As we're, I'm assuming, far enough away to tell.
Yeah, I mean, by the time you guys see this, like, you get up there and you kind of see it, and as you're moving close enough to be able to see all this happening, by now you're like, we'll call it 60 feet away. Great. Let's see. If you count, you can count 10 goblins in this hobgoblin.
So 11 total, 10 goblins plus hobgoblin.
Yep.
11 gobos.
11 of the
So-
gobs.
And they're like kind of spread out through the yard a little bit. I mean, it's very chaotic. The whole thing is very chaotic.
Great. Can I?
And you've got this gnome that's just like, die! You smelly bastards!
You killed Kenny.
Get off my yard.
Shall we?
I'm sorry. I know I wasn't doing the right
Do-
voice, but yeah.
I mean, you guys decide what
Oh,
you
you
want to
said,
do.
shall we?
If you
Yeah.
if you decide to do something from this distance, like none of them are ready for reinforcements. They're busy getting thwacked and pinched and bit and everything.
Do you guys know anything about goblins?
I know they die by fire.
So
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
that wants to do
I
something
have
from this distance
fought
can.
with them
Otherwise,
before.
you can
I am
they killed
glad to
someone
do
else.
take your
something from
turn to
this
get into the
distance.
fray.
Understandable.
I
I
am
get
not going to get close into this
because I can
distance
actually
'cause
make
I feel
intelligent
so
checks about
weird.
recalling information about them.
We're getting involved, right?
I don't think
Oh
we
yeah.
have a choice.
Oh hell yeah, that's my
Well, then I'm
favorite
gonna-
enemy.
Then I'm
Duh.
gonna bless everyone here. We're all gonna get a blessing for the next 5 minutes.
Okay,
So you're gonna roll.
I'm going to
Add a d4.
shoot a scorching ray at the hobgoblin.
All right. When you make an attack roll, you add a d4.
So is this a surprise round? Technically?
Pretty much the ones that can do things from this distance.
Can
That's
I
what he said.
step at the winds to get there?
Can you what?
Step at the wind to get there on this?
How much does that let you move?
It doubles my distance. So I can. Okay.
What is it? Sure. I mean, whatever.
So,
You can
can
get
I-
there.
I need this.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
This is Battlefield of the
Sorry.
Mind, and it's very
Oh,
chaotic. You can get to at one of them. What'd you do?
I'm going to
Everyone
cast
let's go.
scorching ray and use all 3 rays to hit the hobgoblin.
So, okay, I think what we'll do, since we're kind of doing it this way, is we'll roll initiatives now so we kind of know
Okay.
the order people are going to do stuff in.
Hell yeah.
11. Sorry,
7.
I'm used to it.
That's
Saying that out loud. My bad.
Okay. So yeah, is somebody going to keep order of?
Yeah, I will.
All right. So who's got the high?
22.
Is that the winner?
Is that the one that has the chicken dinner? I guess.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Okay. Next.
15 to 20, anyone?
15 to 20. 10
Um,
to 15.
Good job, guys.
I got 11.
I also got 11. I guarantee you have a higher dex.
The bads
Yes, I
are
have
on
a plus
12.
4.
Guys.
Who's next?
Okay, so
7.
10 to 5.
So 7 is the next highest, apparently. Okay.
wait, hold on. Sorry.
What do you got? In 3?
-2.
I win with a 5. Okay.
Yeah.
What you roll?
1 -3.
Oh, Blanche.
I loved it, Blanche.
I'm
We
getting
love you,
ready.
Blanche.
I'm watching this all
You're like-
unfold,
you're
ready
like-
to.
You're getting the
just
crutch
like ready.
situated.
You're like in.
I think you're more like a
Can't
train, like you're like
charge.
slowly getting there. When you
Building
get
up
there, you just
steam.
wreck them. It'll be
Okay.
fine.
So
It's like,
yeah,
it's over.
you can consider
showing
this
up
kind of a
that fast.
surprise
I wanna
round
react
where
to
you can
whatever
make your
happens.
moves, and if you want to get there, you can get there.
You're like, I'm too old for this.
But like for most of you, you'll have to use all your movement and your action to do movement to get
Does
there.
my bless hit before or during?
You can do it first.
I think
So
isn't
then
bless an
2.
action?
Yeah, but we'll say that happened, and now we get to do our surprise round. Like we see it, bless. Okay, now we're in combat. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go.
Would you like me to read you the exact wording of Step of the Wind?
I mean, it's going to let you move how far?
So it
Double.
says I can spend 1 key point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on my turn, and my jump distance is doubled for the turn.
Sure.
basically-
So you can get there and then use your action.
right.
Sure.
You can have that.
So you get to a goblin that's, it's engaged with one of these contraptions, or maybe even 2 of these contraptions.
It's
It's
distracting.
like,
Great.
yeah.
So
Is that what you're going for? Is
do
one
I get
goblins?
to-
The hobgoblin is further away.
Can I get to a point where I am flanking with those?
Nah. It's not. They're not that big. Not the ones that this goblin is dealing with
You,
anyway.
you get to add a d4 to your attack.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Nope, I want that one. Okay. Does a 28
Yep.
hit?
Yeah, you hit the goblin.
Oh, God. The goblins just gotta.
Okay, great.
Nut kick.
Okay, so now I roll d8. So that is 11 points of damage
Yeah.
to the gobbo.
Killed him. Killed him dead.
Well, he got
Okay.
hurt a lot from the.
Is there anyone that's also nearby-ish to me?
Yep.
Another goblin?
Sure.
You've used your bonus action.
I
To
swear to
dash.
God, if I don't get to kill some goblins here.
I'm not sure. Can I look at this one more time? I'm so sorry.
I just realized
I
that
always forget
bless
which
is a
ones are
concentration
actions
spell,
or
so it can only keep 1 up at a time.
Your
So-
offhand melee or your
Well, I just
Bless
used it.
on
so-
Eloic
I mean, I would have hit
Bless
without it, so I
on
don't have to
you.
have it either.
and bless on
That's on you.
Adriel.
bless on you.
Bless on you.
Bless
No
on your
dishonor
cow.
on you.
Bless-
No dishonor on your cow.
All of you can hit first. All of you have the range to
Okay,
hit
yep, you're
first.
All right.
So
Okay.
I'll give you the bless so you can deal the
So you did
damage
your
right off
thing?
the front.
Yeah, but I think I still get a free
Okay.
unarmed strike.
That's a bonus action.
That is
It's a
also
bonus action.
Just kidding.
All right.
Hold on.
Who's next?
I guess I'll go next.
Oh, wait, baddies are.
Or,
12,
Baddies
right?
are next.
Was
yeah,
the
this
bads
is the
really
surprise
next?
round, I think.
Yeah,
it's a
this was a surprise round. So
Because you guys
Okay,
were
so-
11.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
that
we
brings
were
us
11
to-
and
You
I
go
was
first.
first.
the bads aren't going this
So-
round.
All right.
Okay.
So basically, it's a situation where, for most of you, you'll have to
Can have
do
my
a double
longbow out.
move to get there,
Yeah.
and then you'll be in combat next round.
All right.
We're 60 feet away
I'll
otherwise.
move up at least about all of my feet, but I will have my longbow out. and
Sure.
Shoot at one of the goblins.
Sure
And
thing.
as a bonus action, I'm gonna pin one with Hunter's Mark.
Mhm.
Sorry. Bad mouth. Okay.
Gosh darn fudge rippers.
I just turned that forward.
That's dropping the base.
18 to hit.
Yep.
Okay.
It's-
Ugh. D8. Where's my D8? And I think I forget how much Hunter's Mark hits extra for it. I think it's 6.
This one's getting slapped in the face by like a twirling spatula spoon combo.
7
Yeah, you
points.
shoot him right through the eyeball, dead.
Yes!
Okay. Anything else? All right.
Go.
They're 60 feet away, right?
Ish.
Give or take.
I still come up 10 feet short, dashing.
Yeah, I mean you can get there.
That's all right. You can be within 5 feet.
I mean this whole thing is just chaos. Like some of them just eventually move close enough to you.
I'll just rush the nearest one.
You can't get there to fight though. Like you can, I mean, because you
Well-
got to go movement plus action to move that far.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just rush. How far did you move out?
I mean, I just needed to get 60 feet to the nearest guy. So.
I mean, they're not standing in a clump
Yeah.
60 feet
Yeah.
away. They're just about.
All right, I'll just
Make it other 10
rush
moves.
towards the nearest one.
Actually, you
50
can't get to
feet.
me yet.
Sure. You get there. Good enough. Anything else?
That's all I can do.
Next up is
That brings us to Jezebel.
Is it actually me?
Jezebel. What is
Um,
Jezebel gonna do?
I am gonna move my 30 feet and how many is there?
Well,
There's the hobgoblin.
there's 8 now.
goblins.
Okay.
There's
Plus
8.
like
There's
a
8
hobgoblin.
goblins plus a hobgoblin now.
Well, they're all in range, so that won't really matter. Looking at the hobgoblin, he needs to make a Constitution saving throw because there is ice starting to form on his body
Mm.
from frostbite.
Gross. He rolled a nat 20.
Oh, thank you.
This
Well,
is what I think about your ice.
I mean, it's better to
He
use
got
the nat
cold.
20 on a-
All right.
Slightly chilly out.
Alright.
He immediately gets heated up by this little. It looks like a little squirrel that's like trying to nuke him like a lighter.
counterintuitive.
Anything else?
So that would bring us
that's my turn.
Okay.
to Jet next.
Jet.
I am going to target that hobgoblin and 3 rays of fire
Sure.
shooting
gosh.
right at it.
You get a
3
D4
big
for-
rays and a little squirrel ray.
And that's a D4 added to each attack. So
That is 25 to hit
Hits.
for the first one. 25 to hit for the
Hits.
second one.
Nice.
This guy's dead.
26 to hit
Hits.
for the third one.
Get him.
I don't think you needed that D4 there.
I rolled 15 on the D20 all 3 times. Like, whatever, fine, sure.
Maybe it needed it so you can roll that
I
high.
don't know what's going on. I don't know what
9
the AC for this hobgoblin is. So.
Over
12 is
50.
21.
I'm
1
guessing.
plus 2 is 23 points of fire damage.
Sure. Where there was a hobgoblin, there's now a pile of dust.
He's crispy.
As the squirrel just keeps going.
What?
Yeah, like
I
there,
missed
there's a little
there's a
metal
little
squirrel.
metal squirrel
Oh.
that's like shooting out a flame at it. Like every time the tail goes down, the flame goes out.
Oh, I missed that part because I had to use pot. Tea.
All right.
Fighting
Who's
words.
next?
Fight the squirrel.
Blanche.
Blanche.
All
We
right.
got 8 hobgoblins or goblins left.
Sure.
I can come vaulting over a pile of,
Ash.
well, maybe the ash, maybe a pile of junk and rubble.
Yeah.
And because I have to dash to get up there, I get a bonus action, goring rush,
Sure.
horn attack.
Yeah, you can get one.
Ooh.
I'm not blessed, correct?
No.
Okay.
I didn't bless people so that they'd.
You should.
I should have been. That is a 8 to hit the goblin.
That is not good enough to hit the goblin.
All right. But
Can
I'm
I
a,
give
I'm,
him the bless?
I'm a flank in the, or
I don't
No.
think that's
Yeah,
how
that
bless
Can't
entirely works.
gift bless away. You can only be blessed.
Yeah, I was about to say. Hold on, let me look up the spell.
No regifting.
Sorry.
No,
if
Rush
you
up next to
guys
you and try
I
to help
probably
you
wouldn't
fight.
have hit it anyway.
would
I
be
rolled a
so
3.
kind, would each of you just, for my own benefit, would each of you roll a d20 and just tell me who gets... Sorry. D20, D20. Tell me who gets the lowest.
12.
Yeah, it's
17.
Only,
16.
So 12? Okay.
yeah, it's only 3 creatures that you can have blessed.
Does a
up
7 hit your
Depends
armor
on the
for a
class?
It's
minute
not.
and to attack.
Yay,
with
we're in
wisdom
armor
saving
this
throw.
time.
So this thing that it looks, I don't know. I don't know what you would say it looks like. It looks like a tiny little catapult, except
It's
when
not
it
a gnome
flings,
figure.
it like launches this little dart,
Uh-oh.
and it goes whizzing by you, and it's like you can see the dart is filled up with this glowing fluid.
I'm scared of this gnome.
Yeah, it was like trying to shoot it at a goblin, and it missed, and then it whizzed right by you.
Does it land somewhere nearby on the ground?
It just went whizzing.
Oh.
You don't know where it went. Or unless, do you want to pay attention to where it went?
Well, I can deflect missiles.
It didn't go at you.
Has to go at you, though.
All right.
But also, I just wanted
Who's
to pick it up
next?
and try
Who's
to
at the top?
Stab somebody with it.
Ellie.
Hey.
We're back at the top, so that's me. Hey, I'm gonna go find another one.
It's a gnome.
I'm gonna whack it.
It's a me.
Yeah, there's plenty of them to hit.
And Juliet.
They're all gonna get killed.
She's still standing up. She's still standing up in the clock face, like I'm having a wee. Like eats another one out in there.
This gnome reminds me of
This is
another
the
gnome we
This is
lived
the
in.
evil entertainment
This
for
feels
her.
like Monty Python, where they're on top of the
I need
castle
some
and
coconuts
they're
here.
chucking
Talking to the
cows.
French
the
and they're-
French.
Yeah.
Oui,
I
oui.
can't wait for my dice cut, Paul.
Flash on the bush.
Okay.
Oui, oui, monsieur.
So that
Yes.
is
A lot.
I shake my genitals in your general direction.
a 9.
That was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberry.
A 22.
Yeah.
hit
Hit a
two.
goblin, sure.
Great. That does 9 points
Dead.
of damage.
Yep.
Okay.
If you decide that you can decide how they die. What does it look like?
Their kneecaps explode. I
Sure, yeah.
don't know how big
The
their
kneecaps
are.
come back.
The shrapnel goes in their eyeball and they die.
Great.
Okay. These are goblins.
Yeah,
Like
she's
you're not even
capping people.
kneecapping them.
Okay, I don't know how tall they are. so-
Not that very. Not that tall.
Okay.
Shorter than you.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Well, no, they might be as
Gnomes
tall
are
or
taller than a halfling,
slightly.
and I figure
Maybe-
goblins
maybe-
are about as tall as a halfling.
Just kind of whacking them in the armpit then.
Yeah.
Where it really hurts. Just
Yeah.
good old stab.
Yeah. Get a little slime on there.
Can't hit the knees.
Goblin
hit the
blood.
heart.
Okay.
Soft
Anything else?
Some
I
cats
think,
do
I
it.
think we'll be okay.
Okay.
Because we've only got 6 left, so yeah.
No,
that's
7.
There's 7. That was we had 8. I killed one. Oh wait, no, she killed
I
one
just
before
killed
that.
one right now.
Yeah, but you're the only 2 that killed one, right?
And then
You
you
killed
killed
the
the
hobgoblin.
I killed
So there's
hobbies.
10.
So she's
called the
killed.
There was
10
1
goblins.
hobgoblin and 10 goblins.
Okay.
Yeah.
there's
So we've
So
killed
yes.
3 goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I got my
7.
little goblin ticker over here.
Okay, sorry, I had started.
Show us the goblin ticker.
I have one.
It's right here.
Yeah, oh. I thought you were meaning like the token
Alright.
of
The
the goblin.
hobgoblin was
Okay, who's
saved by
next?
My
ice
bad.
because
Unless
it
you got
was
more
next
you
to a
wanna do.
fire squirrel. And then I thought, well, why not just
No,
Burn
let's
it.
let other people.
All right.
He didn't like the cold.
Who was next?
light the fire either?
Or the
That's-
bads?
That's the bad
Bad.
news.
Ooh, so sweet.
Mark, it's your turn.
Yes.
He's too excited.
Oh, I
about
love it when a
this.
DM gets excited. Like, oh, bad things are happening. Let's go.
They all miss.
Makes it exciting.
The two of us.
Are they
that
fighting the
probably
mech
close enough to
things?
them.
I know, but I'm just I'm
Seven
enough
have
where I can
seven
see
goblins
what's going
on the right
on. back
roll.
there, so I'm just like,
This is part of the reason why I'm kind of slouched.
stretch myself out like an accordion.
Yeah, one of them.
Get one of those inverted
So like one of the goblins
I totally
just
should.
like absolutely smashes this thing that looks like a frying pan.
They're angry at the machine.
Yeah. There's another one that just, uses its club or whatever, and it smashes this thing that looked like a mouth that was like trying to bite it.
Like the wind-up teeth.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Except it's sharp, pointy teeth.
Yeah.
It's
The
a
ones
bear
that were
trap with
attacking you
crystals.
guys did not
Yep.
hit you.
It's
Okay, great.
So
a
who's
bear
next?
trap.
That brings us to Adira.
Yeah, my turn. I'm
The thing.
gonna the fame archer. Mark likes to call me. 9, 10, 11, 15,
Yeah.
17.
Okay, another goblin is dead.
They have no health.
No damage.
Well, I mean,
The
she does
hunter's
like
mark
10
was
million
moved.
damage every time. They have
10
seven. They have
was-
7
What was
HP.
your
I don't even
minimum
think you can.
damage to do?
Oh.
And some of
Well,
them
with
probably
the
don't even have
longbow,
that
it's
much
like
because they've been
The
getting.
minimum is like 1.
attacked
And then I
by
have
these things,
hunter's
so.
mark.
One-
And then the
One
deck.
plus your dexterity.
That would
plus
be 5.
Okay.
one
Anything
for your-
else?
Minimum you can do is 5 damage.
You're next.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna run up to the nearest one.
Yeah, get it.
I'm gonna
Go
smack
for
it.
Yeah, hit it.
Do it. Do
It's
it.
whack-a-mole.
It's a whack-a-goblin.
Yes.
That is not whack.
I'm just watching my friends have the glorious time of doing this as I just killed the hobgoblin.
I'm like
good.
I'm like very
Alright,
happy because
that's
it's one of
gonna
my
be-
favorite enemies.
That's gonna be 10.
Roll with
bless
advantage.
yourself?
This
This
one's
one's
got this
busy.
one's like this whipping cord thing is like lashing its legs together.
That's gonna be 23.
Yeah, you hit it.
Yeah, there you go. Woohoo.
Alright.
Sorry.
Did you not
Since
bless
the
yourself?
Hobgoblin,
I did not.
The hobgoblin
Oh,
was
okay.
allergic.
I blessed 3 other people.
Goblin
icy
was
hot.
allergic to fire.
I'm gonna,
And dead.
because I don't think these guys are too much of a threat, and I really just want to smack them real good. I'm gonna do it with a 2-handed strike.
Yeah,
I'm
do
not
it.
wearing my
We
shield
don't
right
put
now.
icy hot.
So that's gonna
It's
be 10.
thrilling until it's
Do it,
not.
do it, do it, do it, do it.
Yeah, that's 10 damage.
Yeah, it's dead. Smashed it.
10 with strength, that'd be 13.
What?
Oh wait,
Oh yeah, that would be 11.
11.
Yeah,
Sorry,
got
my
it.
bad.
Extra
He
dead.
caved in his brains a little more.
Okay,
Me
there's
a
5
little
left.
squishy.
Jezebel.
Jezebel!
Okay.
Come on, Jezebel.
Next one I see
Oh wait, I'm
has
like
to do with
really close to
Constitution
her.
save.
Never mind.
Us three are pretty much in the pack.
Yeah, we're in the back.
Oh my God! Rolled another nat 20.
I'm really okay that they're rolling them on the saves rather than like
Yeah,
attacking
yeah.
us, so I'm okay
Well,
with
they're
this.
So,
busy fighting the
he gets all
mech
wet.
things too.
I
so
rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3 on their
I swear we had
attacks.
like a lightning
But I've
spell,
rolled
like,
2 nat 20s on con save.
Kind of wish I would have picked
Again,
it.
I'm really okay with that for now.
thank God.
All right, I'm
Resilient
going
goblins.
I'm going to shoot
Go on,
a
Icy Hot.
firebolt.
Yeah, firebolt.
If your cantrip don't work, maybe mine will.
Oh, thank God it was a
So
cantrip.
you have to burn
Oh,
it
yeah.
with fire. It's
Yeah.
the only way.
Fire.
So that is
That's a 1.
Like we said, we're icy
13
hot.
plus 7 is 20 to hit.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Go, my
Do it,
D10
do
of
it, do it.
fire. 9 points of fire damage.
Dead.
Choose the next target.
All right.
I have my
Okay,
winter's
four
hold
left.
on. It's you next.
Sorry.
All right. Because
Right.
at initiative count 0, something happens. Nothing happened. Go ahead.
Yay!
All right. I'll
All the goblins
hike
end
the
up
one in
dead
front
because
of
of
me.
Absolutely.
Right before your turn.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah, fuck 'em up.
15.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yep.
All
I
right.
was gonna say, come on.
This goblin is actually
Do it,
pretty good.
Yeah.
This goblin's
11
wearing
points.
chainmail.
Piked to death.
Yep.
And
Stabbed him to death.
action surge.
Oh.
I'm gonna run and pick up the razor slinky propeller.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw it at another one.
Sure.
Do it. Yes.
At least
That
a 19.
Yeah. Yep.
How much damage for the
It
razor
kills it.
slinky?
Yeah.
Mark's like, I'm so done with
Okay,
battle.
there's 2 left, and they are running away.
I gotta get the left, right?
Nope.
You two are still blessed. Use it.
I mean, if you want to try to stop one of them from running away, you can on your turn. But they're trying to run away.
I mean, it is my turn.
Sure, yeah.
I'm
You're
about to
fast.
I
Get
am
'em.
fucking fast. Yeah.
go.
And you're blessed. So,
Bless you.
with my blessings, kill them.
Hang on.
The only time I want to be blessed by a holy person to kill something.
Blessed with vengeance.
Blessed with vengeance. What did you say?
14?
No.
Flurry blows.
2 key points. Isn't it?
What are you doing?
Flurry blows.
Okay.
Like a
She's
guy-
just ready, like, challenge accepted.
Shake weight.
She looks like a freaking
I believe in you.
dice goblet over here.
I am one.
A goblin.
Even
that's,
more so than normal.
9 plus
15.
15.
15.
It hits.
He was waiting
That one's
for
another
it.
14, so that doesn't hit. Okay.
I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm entertained.
Yeah, max damage.
Yeah. Killed him.
Fuck yeah.
There's one still trying to run away.
Okay.
All right,
I mean,
range.
technically,
I
you would be up
can't
next
do
in
it.
I'm-
initiative.
I'm
Go ahead and
next,
shoot.
so my hunter's marks on
You
that
have to
little
use
fuck
your fists for the fire.
language. Pin
What's
him.
that?
You have to use it. Put them into a
Oh.
pin cushion.
Well, I
Don't
rolled a
let the
4,
little green
so there we
bastards get
go.
away.
I know.
Which still brings it to 9.
9,
That's why I wasn't gonna.
10, 11, 12, 15, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Yep.
Because I'm proficient in then my actually fighting style is my archer. So +2 on that too. Yeah, he's 9 points. of
Yeah,
damage.
he's dead.
He's dead. Boom.
You killed him.
As I'm like leading the shots, like, oh,
You
it's-
see this
stop
wood
moving.
elf? He's so happy.
Lining up
These
the
goblins
fireballs.
Yep.
are dead.
You just watch him fall into the tall grass on the other.
That's what you get, you
I
little
mean, I guess I
bastards.
could have casted Ray
So yeah, I
That'd
mean,
make
even
you
though these
feel
things are
better
running
after
away,
going
like some of the devices
Yeah,
that are in
just
the
do
yard
do
are still kind of
cantrips.
doing
I'm not
their
getting
stuff.
any of
Glitter
those
fun,
devices.
but-
until
But
they
after
stop.
wanna
after a
get
few seconds, then she kind
I
of
casted this horse.
shuts him
Thinking that the
down.
hobgoblin
Great.
was
She
actually
done
gonna
throwing stuff too.
be a
Yeah.
challenge. I'm like, okay, burn
Okay.
it. No.
Hope we didn't spoil
Okay.
your fun.
I think we added to it.
so she's still kind of eyeballing you guys, and who are you? Who are all of you?
I'm just excited I killed goblins.
Calaman, strike force at your service.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. You're not part of
Jack.
that.
What is that? Is that part of the dragon army?
No.
No.
Exactly the
Yeah,
opposite.
Exactly the opposite. We
Martha,
we
back
hate
up
those
under my
guys.
arm.
Maybe you come inside and
You
have a
brought her
moment
with
of
you
your
this
time.
time.
I'm not gonna just leave her
Well,
to
the
run
Calaman
around with
witnesses
rampant
and
and
Tell you
asses.
our
Stay
lords
there.
and savior
All right.
are here.
Okay. We're the
So
commission.
she
Oh,
kind
excellent
of
witnesses.
backs in, and you see the clock face come shut, and then
What time does it say it is? Is the time accurate?
yeah.
Whoop ass o'clock.
That would be great.
Well,
And now
would you
it's
look
time
at the
for sleep.
time?
It turned to
It's time
like
to open a
relax
cannibal
time.
bath.
The cock face actually flips over to a sleeping moon.
All of the, instead of numbers, it just says clobbering 12 times around the episode.
Are you a rock gnome by chance?
Me?
No, I
No,
was talking
the-
about.
The gnome.
It's like if everything on there was clobbering for the times, the clobbering times. So
Rock. Ah, yes, yes, the thing. Fantastic Four.
That could work for a deep gnome too. But a rock
The
one
rock
does
gnome.
There you
make
guys
more
go.
sense. Oh God, I want to see this little gnome.
Oh, this is awesome.
Phone.
Down
Where are you?
to 13% power.
Oh no.
I would offer you my. Yeah.
Are we
Oh my
allowed
God,
to
look
show
at
the art
that
to the camera?
ponytail.
I like
If
how
you
the
want,
chicken
yeah.
thing is attacking two people at once.
I can't. Yeah, it's not loading for me right now.
Oh my God. Got it. Here we go, guys.
Ah. Oh my God, I love this gnome.
My brain was thinking it was nighttime. It is not nighttime.
It's a
You
hover
can
snake.
pause it if you want.
She has a hover snake.
So
that poor
yeah,
goblin
she
in the foreground.
she comes down. And she comes out and she's, well, what brings you here? And as she's talking to you, she's like kind of going around the yard, like picking up her
Sorry.
her little
Jet.
her things.
Wait,
Disabling.
who did you say had the Dragon Queen symbol on it?
Dragon?
Was it the goblins or the
Do you want to
mechanisms?
tell her about
The goblins and the
dragon?
hobgoblin.
Oh,
I keep
okay.
believing that
It
thing.
has the wind up teeth.
And
It toasted us.
He's so traumatized. He's like, no, it didn't. I don't know what you're
Okay,
talking about. It didn't
fine.
happen.
So we ran into a contraption.
What kind of contraption? Was it cool?
Very cool.
It was very
Mine
hot.
It was very
It's
hot.
a big old dragon contraption.
Oh, a what now?
Have you heard of dragons?
Sorry.
I mean, I've heard of dragons before, but a
Minor-
dragon contraption? Like, what kind of dragon contraption? Was it
Minor
big?
illusion.
Was it
Minor
little?
illusion.
With the
It was big.
with the
You're
Brave
just going through
wavelengths.
pain. You're like, I don't want to remember this.
The brave wavelengths between me and her. 'Cause
How?
we both
No,
did.
I should think about making something that looks like a dragon. That would be really fun. I think I would really enjoy it a lot.
It was intense.
It was
We
three
fought with
fire.
it.
It
You
was
loaded
three
it in
steps
the
to five.
back,
I'm
and then
still
it
mad that I
cranked
got
up, and
burnt.
you could lob these fire rays at people. And I'm like,
I'm
very
very
known to
angry
know
still.
here trying to explain it, even though I'm a
Well,
force now
we're-
for jack shit about anything.
We're here on behalf of Calman
I purposely stayed
in
up
regards
late
to
to
see
not
if
get
you would
burnt.
have any insights
That didn't
into
Obviously.
giant mechanical dragon siege weapons
Siege weapon.
that appear to be of gnomish make.
And could
Is
blast
it
the
gnomish?
power.
It looked very
Really?
gnomish to
Oh,
me.
okay.
I'm just gonna have it like.
I didn't know if it
spinning
was
like a-
gnomish or like the dragon army.
So,
built it.
so as you're talking to her, she says, Well-
One person's doing this and this and all of a sudden.
you know, several weeks ago,
Uh-oh.
a stranger
Stranger
in red and
danger.
black armor asked to purchase my weed clearing device. But they wanted me to make some modifications.
I'm
And
sorry.
they wanted it to
I just,
resemble a dragon.
I just imagined one of those lizard folk walking around with a lawnmower, but the blades just extend past them. So it's,
I didn't realize that they were.
What?
Oh, I didn't realize that they were with the Dragon Army at the time, but now I have
That's all right.
figured that out since.
did you,
Oh.
you didn't sell that device to them?
Oh yes,
So you're angry at the
Absolutely.
weed whacker.
I made the modifications and gave it to them. Yeah, I recall.
All right, we'll keep
She
our
didn't say
eye out
weed
for that
whacker.
because they've been using such
Said weed
device.
remover.
Did you
Seem to
make
be
it?
using.
Glorified
Oh wait, no,
mechanical
she didn't make the
devices.
Well,
mixture.
what I mean, so
Does she
so like
seem to
so
recognize
now that
it?
she's now that her brain has slowed down enough to
The
process
same
the things that you
kind of
guys said to
person
her,
that has the
and
flamethrower
she's
to
saying
move
out
stuff.
loud the things that
That's
she's like,
understandable.
oh,
It made sense.
I
to
bet that
same
you're
concept
describing
logic.
the device that I made.
So I still have it up in minor illusion. It's
Yeah, yeah,
like,
oh yeah,
You know,
yeah. That looks a lot like what I
Took
did.
3 people to
Slowly
operate
spinning.
properly.
One person can operate it.
Technically.
Took 3 of them to operate it, and
They were stupid.
No,
Sorry.
it took 3 people to operate it, so that way it could be shot
In one
faster.
turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
it was very fun to shoot. Was not fun to be on the other side. of
No.
No.
it. no, I don't.
Well,
see
they came back today trying to get the thing that they asked me to build, so I didn't give it to them.
Please tell me it's not representing another
Oh,
dragon.
I didn't. Now that I know what they're doing with this stuff, of course I didn't give them anything else.
Well, good.
They called it a weapon today.
Yes, they did burn down Vogler with it.
using it, yeah.
They tried to get me to hand over what they asked for, and I said, absolutely not. No, of course not. Not if you're going to be doing these kinds of things.
What was up with the goblins?
Could
Goblins,
you,
I think, were hired muscle.
would you be
For a
willing
gnome.
to?
Was
I
it
know.
these goblins that were asking for more contraptions?
Well, they
or-
asked me to build something when they came to get my weed clearing device that I made to look like a dragon for them.
They would want it to be a dragon.
But they asked me to build another weapon. Well, not a weapon. They called it a weapon today, but they asked me to build something else for them. And then when they came today and called it a weapon, I knew exactly what they were up to. And I was like, no, of course not. You can't have it. And then they attacked.
Would you be willing to describe the second contraption you built?
There's a
Or
lot
perhaps
more.
show us. I mean, I can't promise we won't use it as a weapon, but we might use it to
We
protect
won't.
people.
Calaman might.
Hey.
Well, I mean, we originally came here to ask to see if you'd be willing to help advise, I believe, the marshal on some of the gnomish contraptions
This army, so
Dragon
we can
Army might have been using, specifically the
maybe somehow
siege weapon.
sabotage these equipment that you did give them.
Yeah, saboteur.
Sabotage.
So essentially what she's saying is, as you get her to slow down, and well, she doesn't really slow down, but like as you get her to organize her thoughts, like she re-explains it. Like she didn't actually build them another device that they were asking for.
But she did build the dragon in the first place.
Well, she built a weed clearing device that she modified into this thing that they used.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yes.
Oh,
Ah,
Yeah.
wow, that was nice.
But she didn't know that they were gonna use it for that purpose.
From Jet.
She didn't know that they were Dragon Army, that it was a Dragon Army soldier that was getting. She didn't know that there was a Dragon Army.
So these goblins were hired by the Dragon Army to come get your stuff.
Blanche kind of sits down heavily and like looks at me.
I'm so glad we killed those goblins. Even more now.
nasty things they are.
Yeah. Like if you guys start to look at some of her contraptions, the impression that you get is that these things are very much contraptions. Like none of them look like they would be all that effective as a weapon.
Not something you can use multiple times.
Not really. I mean,
It's something like mundane thing used.
And like if you look at a couple of them a little longer, you'll all eventually run across something where you start to have this image in your mind of, gosh, I wonder if she was going to use it for some more useful purpose, and she just started using them to try and defend herself, almost like little improvised.
Pick up really.
Yeah. So
Here you go.
anyway.
She might not have used them lethally, but Blanche did.
Well, anyway. Did you need anything else from me?
I'm waiting for Blanche to grab that
Well,
slinky.
We
We are here to ask on behalf of the marshal if you would like to advise her on, I guess, the weapon you did sell to them, even if it was unwittingly, and to advise on any future contraptions the Dragon Army might come in.
By all means,
Possession.
absolutely. Absolutely. Let's do that.
If you would like, we can escort you back to Calaman as a guard.
We brought horses.
Yes, absolutely. Would you mind allowing me to gather some things?
Yes, please take your time.
If you need any help, we'll lend a hand. Got this sack here to help you move.
Yes.
Throw some old pillows in there and all that.
So
You know what? I feel like she would actually accept that.
So she says, "Well, I will have something for you." And so she goes inside, and she's in there for a few minutes, and she comes out, and she's got a little pack ready, but she's got this. She's got these two other things with her, and she says, "I really want you to have this. This is my newest invention. I'm so proud of this. I'm very, very excited."
Oh, goodness. I'm scared.
I'm calling it the far gab.
Far.
I have a feeling I know what it's supposed to do. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
This is what I built when they asked me to build a weapon, and I decided I like this better. I want to do this more. I like this better.
This is
What does it do?
It is a long-distance communication device, and they have to be
Wow.
paired together.
Oh, so we can radio report.
And she has this one set of them paired.
Is there a max distance of these things?
Yes.
30 feet.
Well, if we need to
I
communicate
swear
on
to
other
God,
sides
if
of a
it's really
stone
30
wall,
feet,
So it is
That'd be
a
funny.
backpack-sized device.
Unfortunately, like 3 foot
And they
thick
have-
stone,
it has the
screws up
number
single man.
00001. And they both have that exact same number engraved on it.
How many zeros was that?
4.
They
4
allow
zeros and a 1?
communication over a long distance. So while wearing it, you can use an action to speak into the mouthpiece and send a short message of 25 words or less to another creature wearing the matched Fargab while it is within 18 miles of you.
holy cow.
It's a little better than 30 feet.
Yeah. The 30 feet
is it
part
like
was
a one
funny,
use a
though.
day sort of thing, or is it each action you pump into it? You can get 25 words across.
Yeah, it doesn't have like a limit.
The moment it dies, you have to go find some AA batteries.
What are those?
Yeah, exactly.
Shove a mana crystal in there. It's good to go.
Shove in the heart of a dragon. Control one.
So
Sorry, you said a
Goblins.
crystal and I just looked at
A mana lattice
I'm
in there.
thinking,
and
I'm
you're good to
thinking
go.
he's like
so if you
shoving
guys
meat
if you
in there,
guys do
literally.
like a little practice
Or
run,
just like take a balloon, charge you up, and
if you guys do like a little
Static
if you guys do a little practice run with it, you kind of start to notice that the speaker that it comes through, it can be heard from about 10 feet away. So when somebody's talking through it, when you're receiving that message, you can hear it from about 10 feet away.
So it's not really quiet.
And once they're like going, if nobody's wearing it, it'll make like this kind of what we would think of as a static noise. So somebody kind of does need to be wearing it. Otherwise it'll make that noise.
Why do I feel like this is like gnome-sized?
I can't have it.
I mean, it's
Or is it
adjustable.
like
we should probably
our
not give it to
size?
the frontline fighters. Is probably ideal.
Well, maybe one for you and one
Well,
for.
we probably want to leave one back at the city,
yeah?
and then
Are we
can
always going
report.
to be within 18 miles?
Well,
You don't know
we're-
all your missions yet,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
We
we
can
can.
see what we
we
need.
can
you can
work.
probably
Yeah,
decide
Right
that
now,
as
we
you go.
This
just
time
need
we were
2
12
people
miles
to
out.
wear them.
It's
I'll
something
hold on
for
to
future
this
missions.
one.
Okay, so yeah, if you have a Fargab, write down that you have a Fargab.
I'll put it.
There should be 2 people that have
Or
it.
are you getting it? Yeah, you do it. I should not have it.
I guess I can take one because I've got really high
You
AC.
too.
Or you too?
He's.
No, I was pointing at you two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're already writing it down.
Yeah.
Go.
Because he already played one.
So,
Yep.
For the purposes of time and everything, your trip back goes fine. The leaders of Calaman welcome Ripple-Dust as their guest, give her comfortable lodgings, and
All the
prepare
scrap metal she
to
wants.
work with her on.
And here is the Fargabs.
Yeah, this will be probably very useful for communicating back any fightings we have.
As long as we're within 18 miles.
Yes, so I mean, hell, we could have a runner just trail us by a ways, and if there's a specific area we're scouting, they could run that message back if need be.
We'll call that good for tonight. Very well done.
Huh?
Woo! I can't wait until level 5.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Pew pew.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
level
many
5.
finger guns.
No, you're not.
2d10